Well, I believe in good vibrations is what creates a beautiful nation. All you need is the will to do right, do right, do right.
Okay. All right, enjoy your poop. I'll make it last. And we're live. Welcome to a brand new episode. Okay, not that stuff. Slaps roof anecdotally. You can fit so many corn pops in this baby. I am your host, Jay Fry. And with me is Sean. How's it going, Sean? Where are you, Sean? What's up, Josh?
Not much. I'm actually back again.
Back again.
Yeah.
Josh is back. Back again.
And Garrick chiming in for no apparent reason. How's that going for you?
Fuck off, Jay Fry.
Hey.
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
He's not wrong, though.
I mean, I feel okay from the heart. So I guess that's nice. We're doing good. I just cooked like 6 pounds of meat, and I've still got a fuck ton of eggs to go through before I'm prepared for this week at work. Meal prep sucks.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. So there's a fourth member, but he decided to eat right before stream, so he's currently relieving himself.
Not eating.
No, I said you were pooping. Clearly,
No, I
like,
wasn't doing
you
that
had the
either.
tacos 10 minutes ago, so now you're pooping.
I had to go yell at a kid to get off my stream.
Sorry.
What's that, Hudson?
That was Hudson, yes, but that's not the one I had to yell at to get off my stream.
What the hell kind of name is this anyway? No, he was on stream. The kid.
Yeah, he was watching upstairs, so I had to go tell him to get out.
And in chat.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye. They heard you.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
You fucking hear everything, kid. Everything.
Everything.
Go.
Well, so that just shows that that Sean's son doxes him less than my brother does. And how old is your son?
That one is 13.
13! In case you're listening, Justin, who is currently blocked. Oh, no, he's not blocked on this one. He's blocked on the other one. Fucking idiot of a little brother. Just like... Fun fact, here's unique things to our grow up location. Like, Jay Fry is kind of slightly innocuous. When you start dropping other shit, like, you can't, like, find me from that because I don't live there, but shit, man. I'm just going to start talking more shit about my brother now. I think that'll be what's best. Chat's going wild. We've got underage children and black magic. And the underage children managed to confuse black magic into thinking he had a child. So that's about par for the course with black magic. New guy, CTC. What do we have for topics? Let's get into topics because all we got right now is fight me IRL, Jay Fry.
Let's see. Jen Psaki's on vacation.
It's the Biden administration. Everybody's on vacation. Even Biden right now is back on vacation.
Yeah.
He flew in for a total of 3 hours, gave an 18-minute speech, turned his back, and bolted. Answered no questions, claimed responsibility for everything that's happening in Afghanistan, and then laid out why he's not actually responsible, and then fled.
Fuck you.
I agree with that.
He agrees with you.
So that was the totality of today's engagement. Then they get the move over to the press conference held by the Department of Defense, and they were like, who could have suspected that the Taliban would Taliban? This is crazy. We were unprepared for this. No one could have seen this coming except for everybody. But where's Kamala?
You know what? My buddy at work asked that same question, and I didn't have an answer. I'm like, I'm assuming she's in D.C.
I mean, there's a pretty good chance she's not going to get any backsplash from this, because within like the next 2 weeks, she's going to be president.
Right. Well, and Senator, Tim Scott,
the black
already
guy?
brought up the using the 25th officially.
He's not the only one. McCarthy brought it up, and it's going around.
So I would imagine that Kala having buddies in the Senate is probably getting the loyal opposition to do the bidding.
Yeah, just absolutely fumbled. And we'll be talking about how it was fumbled and why it was fumbled and how it would have been unfumbled in a slightly different way, and it would have been left up to the Afghans to fix. But we got anything else to talk about beforehand? Anything good? Anything fun? Anything short?
That's a copyright.
Anybody see Free Guy?
I wanted to, but I didn't get around to it this weekend.
Free Guy? What is this?
New Ryan Reynolds flick?
Oh, Free Guy?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is that the one where he's in a video game?
Yes.
And he's a...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, have not. But I want to see it.
Yeah. It's I think it grossed like $25 million, which is not great.
Well, considering the climate, it did fairly well.
Yeah, it did well, it's not great, but it was the number one. So through that metric, success.
I'm surprised he did. Wait, is it a theaters exclusive?
Yes.
It's not. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why.
Theater exclusive.
Yeah. That's strange that he didn't go through a streaming service.
Well, no, it was intentionally done that way because Free Guy is Disney, but Disney right now has Jungle Cruise,
yeah,
and Cruella and Black Widow. No, I don't think Cruella anymore, but Black Widow and Jungle Cruise are on the
Disney Plus
page. Yeah, not the Disney Plus, but the Disney Plus Plus.
Yeah, Disney Plus Premium or whatever it is.
Premium, that's what it is. I know you're super secret, but are you super duper secret?
Double secret probation. I have no idea.
But well, yeah, I think it's like $20 to watch like that particular movie, right? It's not like a pass for like the month. You know, it's like paying for one movie, like a pay-per-view, right?
Yeah, and it was like $30 to watch Black Widow.
Was it 30? I thought they were 20. Was it 30 just for Black Widow?
I looked on the day it came out, so that might have been just for that day. Like the premiere day, it was $30, but yeah, it was $30 when I looked. No, I ended up seeing it I saw it last week, but I didn't pay for it because fuck Disney.
For real.
Yeah. Thank you, Steven. No, I haven't watched it yet, but is it? Is she Black Widow? Is she trained as a Black Widow? Is she 12 and banging dudes like they did in the comics?
No,
that wouldn't be legal. I don't think.
There is a scene where she is like 12, but that's not what happens.
Mm-hmm. They glossed over it in the comics like a lot, but they still made it known that she was Black Widow. She's a trained assassin through her vagina. And they killed her off, so they can't go back and be like, look, she's a trained dick sniffer. So good luck with that. It's part of wokeism. Speaking of which, I watched Loki this week, and very, very, very little wokeism in Loki.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
I enjoyed
surprisingly subdued. Yeah.
I felt it shit the bed at the end, but
Yeah, there was a lot of complicated writing, I think.
yeah, it's as a magician, as a child, we magic is magic, and confusion is not magic. If they're confused by what's going on, they're not amazed by what's going on, and I feel there was too much confusion at the end. Like the simplistic writing they did for the end game absolutely put like time travel in a perspective. Not that it's necessarily the right perspective, but a perspective. Like people clearly understood what it meant, as opposed to just shouting out gigawatts and having to get to 88 miles an hour because you're fucking, what's the thing called? Arc reactor, whatever. Needed
Flux
the fuel.
capacitor.
Flux capacitor. Thank you. I just have a brain fart. And just dumbing them down with jargon and garbage. Instead, they. But this was jargon and garbage, and flights of fancy instead. I didn't care for that. Just watched the New Guy trailer. What's New Guy?
The movie.
The movie, dude.
Free Guy?
Free Guy.
Yeah.
Do you mean Free Guy, Black Magic, not New Guy? Or do you mean New Guy?
I can see if there's a New Guy movie.
I was talking with a girl the other day who had mentioned, I thought it was a TV show, though. Or maybe it's New Girl. I think it might have been New Girl.
Yeah, it's the Zoe Deschanel show, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah, Free Guy. It's not. Yeah, the New Guy is the movie with the weird-looking guy. I forget what his name is. No, not him.
I think most of them were looking at.
That's it. Yeah, it was DJ Qualls.
Qualls. Yeah, that's from like 2010.
2002.
That's a college. 2002. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
college movie. The New Guy. The DJ Qualls. Dear God, that guy.
Yeah.
I guess we, because chat's talking about Taliban, so we can just jump into the Taliban topic.
Why is everybody pronouncing it Taliban now? That makes no sense.
Bon? Yeah, no, okay. Because Obama did.
It's fucking.
But Obama's like the only motherfucker who was calling ISIS ISIL. Because they weren't technically, they hadn't taken over the Levant, so there's no reason they should have been called the Islamic State in ISIL, or in the Levant. But, you know, he's just giving them extra credit because Obama, fun fact, friendly to terrorists. Gave $1 billion to Iran.
He's also friendly to cartels, too.
Oh, isn't that nice? He's friendly to everybody but waitstaff, because that's what I want to talk about first.
You might say that he's sophisticated.
Sophisticated. Unlike the waitstaff. Those heathens who spread coronavirus at his birthday party.
That was fun. That's a great story.
That's freaking ridiculous. Yeah, so that's what they were going for that.
Blame the help.
The first Milan or the second Milan? Because there's a time period of like 20 years in between. Yeah, blame the help. The help that was masked, by the way. The help that should have been socially distanced from by like a table at minimum. I didn't see the live action one, so I don't know. I did see the live action Aladdin, and it was not bad, but not good. Will Smith, no. Love me some Will Smith, no. But I'll give it to that one. So 2019, Trump goes on the warpath, and well, actually 2017 goes on the warpath and fucks up all of the Taliban. So apparently that's how we pronounce it now. Taliban, Pakistan, Afghanistan. Yeah.
Daylight come and we want to go home.
You know that it's that chick that who says Pakistan, the Supergirl from YouTube, the lesbian who got her own show on like channel 97.3 or something.
No idea what you're talking about.
She's Middle Eastern, from like Pakistan and India, and she's like, I'm super funny and gay. No,
I don't know who this is.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Nope.
Damn it. Anyway, she's a lesbian and she's everywhere. Like the darling of YouTube, like 5 years ago. Whatever. So she said Pakistan. But so Trump gets in and he's like, not only are we going to kill the terrorists in Afghanistan, we're going to go after their families. And 2 days later, he's like, yeah, I just got word from my generals. That's like super illegal, so we can't do that. Lily Singh, thank you, Black Magic. Lily Singh, anybody?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The terrible comedian.
Yeah, well, her name was something Superwoman. I don't remember what.
The
Black,
fat
brown
little
Superwoman.
Asian chick that's everybody's sidekick on all that shit.
Yeah. Anyway, so, well, she's brown, but whatever. So that was my favorite thing about Trump.
Yeah, she did the roast of, was it Shaq?
She probably did every roast. The girl's getting big.
No, but she had a roast that she did of an NBA player, a former NBA player, and it was
like a pot roast, I'm sure.
It was a terrible roast, but she had like one good joke in there that was like pretty solid.
Well, they kind of save them for the
funny people,
like the real invitees. No, not the funny people. The opposite.
the
funny people write their own stuff. Yeah, like Martha Stewart's roast of, I forget who she was roasting. I think it was Pam Anderson or something. No, Snoop Dogg. She was fairly funny, and like the delivery was a little suspect, but it was enjoyable. It's the straight people who come in and get it, and sometimes it's like too funny they can't even deliver their line, which is almost more fun than watching them actually deliver something cutting. But anyway, so Trump comes in, says he's gonna fuck your shit up to like just the Middle East in general, and he did. He signed like 10 peace treaties with those fuckers, and then blew up everything else that he could, but didn't start any new wars, which is nice. So he gets in contact with the Taliban that's left in 2019, and they fuck off to Pakistan to go recruiting because we're in Afghanistan, we're not in Pakistan. Winter comes, they agree with the administration that the following year they'll get out of there, because the generals on Trump's side, they do this thing where like, okay, so like the president is like the commander in chief, and the generals lied to him, straight up fucking lied to him. They lied about troop numbers, they lied about timetables, they lied about the extension of how long it would take to get out of the country. They pushed it as far as they could and succeeded pushing it back to it would happen after the end of his administration. It is probably it's not only court-martial worthy, but they bragged about it because no one's going to do nothing because he's out of office. It was absolutely illegal, and no one suffered anything except for General Flynn, who wrote that we'd never win in Afghanistan a decade ago. Just absolutely absurd stuff.
Oh, well, I think a lot of people were astute enough to notice that we weren't going to win 20 years ago.
Yeah, true. But we didn't have to lose. We could have stepped back, and let Afghanistan lose itself.
Right, which
It
is
would have been a
exactly what
success.
happened. Yeah, we would have been able to claim success. We could have backed out, and they would have lost their country themselves because they suck. And as we saw, it was all just self-aggrandizement anyway. The president left with what, 4 carloads of cash and 2 helicopters or something like that?
Less than 3, but his plan was 4. Yeah. He planned to flee with 4 carfuls of money. I don't know if apparently Switzerland isn't a thing in Afghanistan, but you can wire money nowadays. You probably should have. Carfuls of money. Probably American money.
Most likely.
Probably what the Taliban, who are the farmers who would trade information for the Taliban, had to kick up a little, probably 10% the big guy. Joe knows what I'm talking about. But just, it's absolutely ridiculous. Every step of the way was just nonsense and at a failure. And it wouldn't have been the same failure had it been Trump's plan to evacuate during the winter of 2021. And Trump could have pulled out much earlier, and it been under his administration, much like the vaccine that I'm not taking was from his administration.
I don't trust the Trump vaccine.
I don't either. Congratulations.
But Biden's, boy, golly howdy.
Still no.
Still a hard no, but
that's the thing. Like, oh, you love Trump? Yeah, well, it's his vaccine. Yeah, I'm still not getting it. Like, I get emails from Trump every week about like how good the vaccine is.
Mm-hmm. Don't care.
Yeah, but at no point does he say take the vaccine. He's like, I took the vaccine. I'm like, and you also had COVID last year.
Well, and let's not fake. Let's don't fake the funk here on this either. The vaccine doesn't seem to do anything because people are still getting sick.
People are still dying. Yeah, people are still dying with the vaccine. So, no. But a teacher died on like the second day of school in Miami. What they won't tell you is she was sick in the hospital and died 2 days into the school year. She wasn't teaching.
Right.
Because they're just lying their asses off about Florida right now. All right.
What do you mean hang on. What do you mean they wanted to manipulate the election to get their puppet in charge? That's exactly what they did, Black Magic.
Yeah. Here's the thing. The media is overwhelmingly liberal or progressive, so they lean left. But Trump wasn't a standard politician. We didn't elect the moral bastion of the Republican Party. We hired a douchebag celebrity who fires people for a living. And when they came at Trump, they came at him for firing people, for being a douchebag, for being a celebrity, and then fake charges of racism. You blow off the fake charges of racism and you go, yeah, that's why I hired the guy. I want him to fire people. And the one thing he didn't do was fire people.
yeah.
Like, they just quit in droves, which is stupid. Elon Musk quit because we got out of the Paris Accord, but we had already achieved Paris Accord agreements without being in the Paris Accord. But he left to get out because he disagreed with not signing the Paris Accord. I disagree with that kind of strategy. If you're not involved, you don't matter. So, no, in Florida, school started this week. Like, it started on Wednesday and she died Friday.
I was gonna say, and my kids have been in school for 2 weeks now.
Yeah. And Florida is fully open to the public, and people aren't getting paid right now because Florida's insisting on masks, and DeSantis is like, you ain't getting paid then. But back to the original topic. If Trump's plan was to get prepared to leave through the winter in Afghanistan and leave before the break of spring. And so he wanted to be packed up by March, withdrawing in April for the May 1st deadline. Apparently, that's different because Joe Biden wanted September 11th, meaning we were out by the end of September, the end of August. We still had tens of thousands of Humvees and hundreds of thousands of rifles, millions of rounds of ammunition. I don't even know how many drones, and airplane hangars full of helicopters and the goddamn spare parts. Was anything packed up?
Nope.
It's
Nope.
April 16th. Or I mean it's August 16th. We're halfway through the month. And they weren't even pulling stuff out of containers that had already been packed. Because there's tons of stuff on the internet right now showing them going into armories. There's entire buildings that are full of open doors. The safes are even open. Did no one abandoning anything lock up behind them? Nothing. So there was no effort involved at all to get out. This is intentional failure. It has to be intentional at this point. Any fire drill you do ends with you shutting the door.
Okay, so
Any emergency drill you do ends with shutting the door. Go ahead.
challenge my inner Alex Jones here. Wrap some tinfoil around my head. Reynolds wrap, because brand matters.
Sounds like you're embracing your own Alex Jones. Is that channeling or challenging?
Channeling.
I thought you said challenging. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, channeling my inner Alex Jones. There is no intention to leave Afghanistan. There never was. It makes far too much money for the military-industrial complex, and they were put into a politically hot spot. That's why you've got Liz Cheney bashing Trump today, and Joe Biden assumingly taking responsibility for this galactic-size failure. They're going to remove Joe Biden. Kamala Harris will become president, and we will, all of a sudden, it'll be necessary for us to go back into Afghanistan that we were never supposed to leave in the first place. Military contracts get cut, people get paid, Kamala Harris sends us back in.
Okay, here's the thing, Black Magic. If you follow this at all, you will see videos. There's a video out there of an American soldier trying to teach Iraqi soldier or the Afghan soldiers how to do jumping jacks. And they don't succeed. They don't succeed.
I knew it was going there.
It's a jumping jack. You put your hands down at your side. You put your feet together. You raise them up and spread your legs while going vertical. And then you do the opposite. That's all it takes to do a jumping jack. And these illiterate goat herders couldn't figure that out. So, yeah, I think...
There's a new video of them in one of the facilities that they've overrun, and they find the gym. And there's like a dozen of them in the gym using the equipment. A guy is on the elliptical actually going backwards, not using the handles. A guy's using a barbell and is like cleaning and jerking it. It's an absolute farce. They look like a bunch of goddamn chimpanzees rolling around in a gym.
But to be fair, they saw a movie from 1979 once, so they know what a gym is. They just don't remember. What did you miss? Poet says it's a great take, Liberative, but what does that have to do with chemicals that make the frogs gay?
Well, where do you think those chemicals come from? They're all opioids, so they have to grow them in Afghanistan.
Opioids, they're estrogen mimickers.
That's why when you take fentanyl, you get tits.
Mm-hmm. I still remember the day it was like 2017 when I was working with UT, the University of Tennessee, and they were not putting out a frog gigging that year because the breeding numbers were too low because the chemicals had caused the frogs to go intersex, which is the introduction of estrogen causing a male frog to turn into a female frog. And in large groups, if there's too many female frogs, they turn male.
Hey, I was watching the movie that taught me that the other night.
Oh, so you saw Jurassic Park too?
Mm-hmm.
there's like one freaking family of frogs in like Africa that actually do that. But anyway, so they were actually this was happening. This was happening to the frogs where they were turning intersex. So the male frogs were turning female, and because of that, the female frogs who weren't experiencing the overestrogen were turning male. So none of the frogs could have babies that spawning season. So I'm like, are you saying that there's chemicals in the water turning the frogs gay? And she was like, no. Intersex is completely different. It's I'm like, oh, are you sure? Are you sure? Because I think you're telling me there's chemicals. Like, no, there's not. But yeah, so it's estrogen mimickers from PP from your birth control.
Yep.
But so 9/11 was an inside job. What were we talking about? Oh no. So Trump's plan revolved completely around the Taliban not being there. Joe Biden's plan revolved around the height of war season. like granted, all right, so you've got your seasons, and actually Afghanistan is pretty close to Tennessee in temperate climates. You can start in the spring, and you can go to early July, and then at the end of August you go back and you've got your fall fighting season. And it really is a little more complicated because it's hot as fuck out. But don't worry, because the Taliban seized all the American air conditioners this week.
Well, not to mention breaking the negotiated peace deal that all parties involved signed, granted them the opportunity to make tons of propaganda, anti-American propaganda, which we'll get to here in a second about CNN, because this is fucking fantastic. They got to have several months of nonstop propaganda for the Taliban, saying, see, America never keeps its word. Ask the Native Americans how that works out. No shit, Sherlock. But, they break their word. They're not going anywhere. They're here to stay, blah, 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 blah. We're whipping up the locals, as it were. And it's all not just propaganda, but happens to be correct. So, yeah.
Which is the worst kind of propaganda.
Right.
Factually accurate propaganda is the worst form of propaganda.
So CNN has a info babe that is stationed in Afghanistan. 2 days ago, she was wearing Western garb, although she did have a headscarf, but she had it around her soldiers when she was broadcasting. Same gal today, literally in front of a CNN camera in a full hijab. Non-colorful, mind you, because you can't attract attention. So it's a black hijab, and was reporting on them literally chanting "Death to America," but they were really friendly about it.
They're really nice about it. Yeah, she went from a salmon or peach colored scarf to a half burqa, like in 0 to 60. Just mostly peaceful protesters chanting "Back to America" with smiles on their faces.
But they're really friendly about it.
Mm-hmm.
Complete farce. We live in a clown world, and that clown world is perpetrated by our corporate media.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
our
stating
corporate
it out
media
there again, just in case anybody of the 4 people watching didn't understand.
It really is just that. And they don't learn from their mistakes either, because they make the same mistake repeatedly.
You're assuming it's a mistake.
Absolutely. They did not want Trump, and they did not learn, as his popularity was rising, that what they were doing was making his popularity rise. Now they're trying something new with DeSantis by already launching the attacks against him, by fluffing the numbers to make it seem like 30,000 people got sick on Sunday from COVID-19, when in reality, it was the combined numbers of the entire weekend. This was last week. Numbers from like the 7th or 8th or whatever. And like 30,000 people got COVID this week. Oh my God. It's no. It was 12, 13 to 15,000 over the course of a 3-day weekend. Like, you're lying to make it seem worse, which is not going to work, because there are countries like what's the one over in the in Europe that didn't even close down?
Sweden.
Was it Switzerland or Switzerland? Because I never get those two. Sweden.
Take it.
Sweden. Yeah, I always conflate those two because fuck them.
Gee, they're blonde-haired, blue-eyed Germans. Go figure.
Yeah. So they didn't shut down at all, and they're not vaxxing at any phenomenal rate. And they're not suffering the pandemic. The pandemic to which we are. They're not even at epidemic levels. If you take Sweden by itself and you break it into counties or provinces or whatever the fuck they have over there, and what do they have over there? Magistrates?
No idea.
Sheriffs? Counties?
Or as Tim Pool would say, sheriff.
Sheriff? Tim Pool, goddamn. So they're trying to make DeSantis look bad. But if he's not actually killing people, he's going to come out smelling like a rose. And we've already lost so much respect for the media. And now it's to the point where normies are losing respect. Like our shit's kind of like, we know from little things. But now you've got the Jesse Smollett and his hoax hate. You've got the Covington kids and the lies. You've got the NASCAR noose bullshit.
Bubba, what's his face?
Bubba Wallace?
Bubba Wallace, there it is.
Was that him? All right.
Yeah.
Like the normies are seeing this stuff. And the biggest one of all is their life from 2019 under Trump to what's going to be 2022 with Biden. Not 2020 with Trump, because even 2020 with the virus is no match to 2021 with the virus with Biden. It's absolutely ridiculous. And now they want to use the same things they used last time, masks and social distancing and shutting down quarantining. It didn't work last time. It's not working this time. It's a flu, basically. Coronavirus, respiratory infection, is basically a type of flu. And it's happening in summertime. That's how bad the Biden administration fucked this up. A respiratory virus in the hottest month of the year. You have failed us as a president. As a policymaker for our health. Absolute bullshit. unless this is all planned for the downfall of the country. Seems more likely than it isn't. You just look how badly they fucked up Afghanistan. That's what they want to do here. Any questions, comments, concerns?
No.
No.
I'm just tired of it all.
True. I think that's why we all kind of quit.
Yeah. From August of last year to August of this year, it swapped from the party of punching Nazis to the party of show me your papers. Pretty damn quick.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Thought you were anti-fascist, which meant you literally couldn't be fascist using your fascist tactics. Yeah. DeSantis outright banned masks. And the mayor of Knox County has said there will be no new mask mandate. Now, that's not like DeSantis, who said you cannot implement masks, which was a thing we did about 3 years ago in certain areas because of Antifa and their shenanigans. It was outlawed to be wearing masks in public. But that's what we got. You guys want to just talk shit about Arnold Schwarzenegger for a little bit?
Sure.
Sure, why not? I like feeling that little vein pop out on the side of my head.
Get to the clinic. Everybody saw Arnold Schwarzenegger running his mouth about fuck your freedoms, and
Fuck your laws.
that's what
bro.
happens.
Fuck your laws, bro.
That's what happens when you have an Austrian who came to America who is now of the age group that are most likely to die from COVID.
That's the takeaway that nobody seems to be talking about in that whole situation, is that Arnie has aged himself into the most effective age group and is literally a scared little bitch.
Well, he's got the blown out heart from 2 decades ago. From all the steroid usage. So yeah, he's actually really close to someone who would be affected by this. Like, he is not the tough guy he once was. On camera, by the way, that's where he was the tough guy. He was a terrible Republican. And usually we like terrible Republicans. Reagan, terrible Republican. Trump, terrible Republican. Arnold, awful. So yeah, they don't talk about it. It's freaking ridiculous. Fuck that guy.
What were some of the things that he did for California? Because I really don't know anything about his terms.
He was terrible.
He was literally
terrible?
just terrible. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was a speed bump to the course that California was already on.
Yeah.
That got accelerated under Gavin Newsom. So I mean, he wasn't the governor we needed, but I can't say that he was bad, because at least he slowed it down, which is sort of a terrible thing to have to say because he wasn't effectual, but he at least had some effect.
He was bad enough they elected Brown after him. And then Newsom. But these are the same people who voted no increase on taxes, which is ideal, but
you can't up spending either.
Yeah.
That's how that works. If you don't want to spend more, you don't. Well, I mean, if you don't want to tax more, you can't spend more, or at least you have to, maybe shift spending somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah. You put everything into mileages, and you take away from like important things like stopping forest fires by doing forest maintenance, and you put that into railways, and then you vote on that, and then they pass them. So they voted to stop raising taxes to vote to raise taxes. But at least Arnold didn't kill any senior citizens. Artie just murdered a maid with his dick. Michael Malice had like the greatest comment. I suggest you guys look it up to the response to Arnie in.
I thought it wasn't worded well. I mean, it was
Michael
funny.
Malice's comment?
Yeah, but it just wasn't. It didn't flow. Like he needed. He whipped it out too quick. He could have refined it a little bit, and it would have had more impact because it was a little clunky.
Can't find where I sent this.
But he was, he made allusions to the responsibility was to not fuck the maid in your wife's bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the way that the wording of it is just clunky.
Yeah, I could find it. Favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movie?
Running Man.
Predator.
Oh.
Although I do really enjoy End of Days, but I don't really consider it. I mean, it's an Arnold movie, but I don't really consider it like in the same genre as most Arnie movies.
I'll have to say Commando. As much as I like all his movies that I've seen, that's the one I always come back to watch again.
It's so terrible.
Yeah,
Last
dude,
Action Hero.
that yellow Porsche in Commando that
I know,
is somehow
but it's
less
just-
fucked up at the end than it was a couple of scenes before.
But it's just so 80s and like to a T for the era.
Well,
And everybody hip fires.
it's a triple threat because it's got Alyssa Milano in it too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And Tommy Chong's daughter.
Ray Dong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's either Last Action Hero or True Lies for me.
I like True Lies, but
True Lies was
And
actually a good one.
True Lies has its own detractor though. It's got Tom Arnold in that.
ultimate Arnold cheese movie, Running Man, by far.
Ew,
Not seen it.
No. Last Action Hero has more cheese.
No, it does not.
10 times more cheese. It's like a 5 cheese Wisconsin. I'm the famous comedian out of Braunschweig. So much cheese here. And it had a cameo by Angela Everhart. And she is fucking gorgeous.
Somebody's got a crush.
No, I mean, 20 years ago, sure. But, and Kindergarten Cop has the best quote of all time.
Boys have a
Boys?
penis and girls have a vagina.
Yes. Which is more accurate today than ever, as a reminder to people.
Put that fucking saying on loop
Yeah.
till it's
It's like, hey, friendly reminder, LGBTQ community, the B stands for 2 genders. Get out. I like people who still...
Should we talk
Yeah.
quickly about how Australia, of all places, has become the Fourth Reich?
I really don't know a
Yeah.
whole lot about it.
Don't they have, like, marching vax vans? To,
Yes,
like,
they've
fucking-
actually activated like 1,000 army troops to patrol Sydney alone.
And police.
Yeah, and like 1,800 police. So the police are doing most of the grunt work, but they're backed up by like 1,000 troops.
Yeah, like a month ago, they were thinking, we'll trank people and then give them the shot. And this month, it's now, well, why don't we just put the shot in the trank gun? And if we hit them 2 or 3 times, they'll just be extra healthy.
Ridiculous.
Because that's where they're at right now.
Yeah.
Sending helicopters to stop people from hanging out socially distanced on a roof together, that was last year. Now it's SWAT teams. Who is your daddy and what does he do? Actually, Kindergarten Cop probably has the most quotable quotes. Pretty good. There's one awful one from Twins where it's just Danny DeVito gets a bottle of Aquavella. He goes, "Oh, Aquavella, my favorite." My first cologne was Aquavella. It was not good because of that damn movie. Aquavella. That's okay. Yeah, I just... Of all the bullshit we're dealing with, it's 10 times worse in Australia.
Yeah.
Yes. Because they gave up their guns.
And they don't have religious exemptions. And they don't even have medical exemptions. Like, oh, well, you'll get the shot in front of a doctor then. Like, okay. I didn't want to live anyways. Fuck you, Australia.
I didn't want babies anyway. That's okay.
Mm-hmm. I was talking to a girl from Spain who got the shot. I told her I wasn't getting the shot. And we ended up, I somehow mentioned that my seed would be more virulent and I would sell it to her. But she'd have to do the work. Let's look it up. What is the vaccination rate? Vaccination rate of Australia. Mandatory vaccines, at least one dose. Fully vaccinated, 21%. Australia is, they're not doing pretty good. Aren't we at like 48%?
I think we're at like over 50 that have at least one shot. Or no, I'm sorry. It's over 60 that have one shot and like 51 or 52% that are fully vaccinated.
Yeah, let's see. USA. Yeah, we got 168 million fully vaccinated. 356 million doses given. Fully vaccinated.
But they already need the third
51.3% of the population.
Well, and it starts
California,
out the same way every time. It's they're only suggesting boosters for the most affected groups, the elderly and those with immunocompromisation. So,
yeah.
But then
California's
again,
in first place. Yeah, California's in first place with 54% vaccinated. Way down the list at number 3 is Florida with 50% vaccinated. They make Ron DeSantis out to be an unvaxxer, a non-vaxxer, an anti-vaxxer, a taking the vaccine and throwing it into the ocean kind of guy. But he cleared the way for the elderly to get the vaccine. He sent like all the aid he could. As soon as he was allowed to, he was on film getting the vaccine himself and suggesting everybody else get the vaccine. Suggesting. Not demanding, not enforcing, not giving Krispy Kreme donuts, like some states, or In-N-Out burgers, or whatever the fuck de Blasio was eating in New York City, or whatever Cuomo was eating in New York State. What was the difference? Like, one was eating a burger, one was eating fries. Like, oh, these are really good. You should get the shot.
Yeah, nobody wants to listen to fucking de Blasio chew.
Yeah.
Except for maybe Josh.
With a mouth.
Josh might be down for that, right, Josh?
Yeah.
What am I down for? Sorry.
No, he's the one that deals out the
Oh, sorry,
eating noises.
Josh. We didn't mean to interrupt you while eating on camera.
He does a great de Blasio impersonation.
No. No.
Wasn't it an In-N-Out burger in New York? I know de Blasio had French fries from Shake Shack.
No, it was Shake Shack burger and fries from.
But wasn't it an In-N-Out burger for Cuomo?
I have no idea what Cuomo ate, nor do I really give a shit.
Yeah, I don't particularly care either. But Grant's saying that there is no In-N-Out in New York, and I don't care.
It's a California chain. I mean, we only got them here in Arizona like a couple of years ago.
We had one in Michigan for decades.
We used to have to drive over to California to get them, and they're okay. I mean, they're good, but they're not.
It seems like an unnecessary haul.
Well, it's one of those things. You're going to California anyway. You just, while you're there, you stop and get in and out because it's, a novelty and pretty good. But yeah, I much prefer Five Guys, honestly.
Oh no, there's In-N-Outs. There's In-N-Out in Timeout in New York Square. There's an In-N-Out Timeout in. There is no In-N-Out. What the fuck? Why is it saying there's 3 locations in the central of New York? Yeah, they're saying for the moment, however, In-N-Out has no plans to open a New York location. Okay, so a timeout is what they were calling In-N-Out. I bet you like Five Guys may like that. All at the same time or in total? So then what did Cuomo, who only has a week left, make your future, Cuomo 2-day pass, full scholarship opportunities. There's a raffle. Jesus. I remember Ohio offered $1 million to 5 people.
Probably pre-selected and the ones that give kickbacks.
Yeah, I would take the vaccine for $1 million, but I wouldn't live in Ohio for $1 million. So it's not going to work. It doesn't say. Making sure food production workers and migrant workers get the vaccine.
Well, we know it wasn't Whataburger because Whataburger is Southwest, Texas, and all the way out to here. I don't even think they're in California, honestly.
Yeah, it can't be Crystals because Crystals in the south. Up north is White Castle.
Yeah, White Castle's in the Midwest.
Yeah. Point is, you're not bribing me to take him shit.
Yeah, not for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my parents were like, eat your vegetables. And like, there was no incentive. You just had to do it for your own health. The closest thing we got to an incentive was, or I'll beat your ass.
Yeah. I was about to say, where's that ass whipping at when you need it?
Well, fellas, I'm going to hop off here. I know I've been very quiet, so.
Enjoy your throbbing headache.
No. Arnie's not getting into my head to make me have a headache. He's just stupid. It's all stupid.
Yeah.
Correct. But it's the reality that we're living with, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you can't laugh at it, you're going to go crazy. So don't go crazy.
Yeah,
laugh at the clowns, Josh. Laugh at the clowns.
Yeah.
Krantz. Take care, Josh.
All right. Later.
Good night, Josh.
Krantz says almost all the blacks talk about the Tuskegee thing when they want to take the vaccine. Yeah, it's a shame what they did to those Tuskegee airmen, right, Joe? Giving syphilis to the Tuskegee airmen. Yeah, that's the pride of the black community in the early turn of the century, and you want to make them the syphilis patients of a completely different Tuskegee.
Yeah. Although I'm sympathetic with them in this, that the government screwed them over. So yeah, don't trust the government. Kind of like I'm with the Native Americans in that don't trust the government. They lie.
Yeah. Hey, kitty cat.
Shut up, you.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough.
That's enough out of you.
Yeah. Grant Cran also says, I haven't seen a study that shows a correlation between the political views and vaccination rates, but racial data seems to counter that the rates correlate to politics. Yeah. Highest number, blacks, followed by Latinos, followed by whites. Way down at the bottom list is the Asians who mask and take shots for everything. And if you think about it, they eat blowfish. So what's the worst thing a shot could do to one? They would know. Absolutely absurd, and it's insulting. It really is quite offensive, and they just keep doing it, trying to make it seem like Trump made the vaccine, which is bad, but Trumpers won't get the vaccine, which is bad. Like at no point, because Trump literally wanted his name on the vaccine. Like, he calls it the Trump vaccine. He's repeatedly done that. But the entire time he's like, you should get the shot, if you want to. I mean, we got freedoms, but if you wanted to, you could get the shot.
Well, and I would like to know what studies they've done to show that those who are vaccinated, if and when they get the coof, because apparently it doesn't actually stop it, it is less deadly. Because I'm not seeing that correlation anywhere, although they're asserting it like it's absolutely written in stone fact.
Well, the vaccine is actually causing it to become more contagious because they've estimated that the first dose of the vaccine actually inhibits your body from stopping the virus. It affects your natural antibodies that would stop it from stopping the virus. And it's a third more detrimental to your antibodies if you take the second shot. And I've seen that on 2 different reports. So literally, what they're saying is,
and which version?
You'll get more effective.
Is this the Pfizer, Moderna? Is this the mRNA spike protein one, or is this the Johnson & Johnson one?
This was Pfizer.
Okay.
Also, Pfizer, the CEO of Pfizer,
Not vaccinated.
couldn't go to Israel last week, not vaccinated.
No, that was back in March. That's one of those ones that's out there to trip you up intentionally. It is a fact.
No. The meeting was the beginning of August.
No, this was back in March. And that claim was that he wasn't in the age group to get the vaccine yet. He still hasn't gotten it. I'll fucking Google it right now. Yeah, and
yeah.
When he was denied entry into Israel, it was because he wasn't fully vaccinated. He had already received 1 shot, but was in that 3-week wait period for the second.
Okay. Yeah, we're not going to count that then.
Right, and it was intentionally reported last week to trip people up because of the time framing of it, so that people went viral with it and they could point at you and say, look at these stupid Trump motherfuckers. They're dumbasses. That was an op that was out there to trip you up intentionally.
March 24th, video on Facebook, yarda, 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 59-year-old, yarda, yarda. Brianna Clark, blah, blah, blah. Interview in which he says he has not gotten vaccinated took place on CNBC on December 14th.
So it's even further back.
Yeah.
And now that might be when he was not in the age group that was eligible, because I believe they stopped, they cut it at 60 at one point, especially when it was new.
Yeah. That was April when they moved it up. Moderna vaccine and Fauci's first dose. Okay, I don't care about Fauci's first dose.
Shush. Why are you so loud?
Fact check our sources. Questions over Fauci, Trump, blah, 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 January 19th. Old video used to misrepresent. Dr. Fauci receives new COVID vaccine. January corona. There is nothing saying that he got the coronavirus in this false tweet.
Well, and you can't trust the reporting on somebody like Fauci getting the shot because they could have just pumped him full of saline.
Like they did in Germany. There's
Well,
a German nurse.
A German nurse that did that, and that's shitty. Let's not fake the funk on that. If you want this vaccine, you should go, and if they're going to give it to you, you have the expectation that you're going to get what you signed up to get. The nurse acting independently and doing
8,700. She's responsible for 8,700 doses.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. That woman belongs in jail because that's some bullshit. Whether you believe in the vaccine or not, and I can appreciate her not, but then her job is not to fake it and give all these people false hope and shit like that. Her job is to quit.
That's now. I don't know if you're paying for the shot or not in Germany, or accessibility in Germany. She might not be a true believer. She's definitely not a Trumper. She's in Germany, but she might have been taking the vaccine to sell instead of administer. No. So we don't actually know what her motive was. She might not be an anti-vaxxer. I mean, she is a nurse after all.
Right, but what she did was reprehensible.
Yes, but we don't know her motivation for it. She could have been selling it, or she could have been dumping it for sale. When we find out, though, we will not follow up because we don't do that sort of thing here.
Yeah, we might come across it anecdotally, but that would be it.
Yeah. Hell, we know what's happening with the dumpster defenders right now, and we're still not telling you. So
well, there's literally no news to report on that.
Other than there's a court date.
For August.
They're out on bond, and there's a court date. Okay, moving on.
100,000 each. Jesus Christ.
Shut up!
Jesus Christ, Kitty.
I've been petting him. Good Lord.
Pet it better. Fuck's sake.
Jesus Christ, Kitty. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Fine, have your drugs. Yeah,
John,
relax.
John, your pussy's calling.
Yeah. So my governor will be allowing parents to opt out of the mask mandates at schools. Schools can mandate masks, but the parents can write a letter going, nope.
What?
What else do we have for topics? Biden was right and made the difficult but necessary choice. Fuck that. T-Mobile breach is being said that it's affecting all of their customers.
Well, I'm not with T-Mobile.
Well, they had a breach, and they're claiming that their breach affected all of their customers, a data breach. Taco Bell's futuristic drive-thru concept has 4 lanes and a lift system. No, I am not getting in a lift for my fucking Taco Bell. I prefer to get my Taco Bell, go home, and then shit myself.
Or just shit your brains out, whichever comes first.
Mm-hmm. Jason Momoa won't let his kids see him on Baywatch. which is probably for the best because Baywatch is fucking awful. What else we got? Royal Caribbean bars passengers not vaccinated for COVID-19 from cruise to Alaska. Mummy needs a legacy sequel with Brandon Fraser and Rachel Weisz. No, they don't.
Yes.
How about something new?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
throwing it out there.
I don't
Something
know. I don't know. I still haven't watched Coming to America 2 yet, but I fully support it.
There's no artist to make anything new. Come on, Sean.
But like, could you imagine like an old Rick and Evie, like as grandparents, and their children who have been raised by Rick and Evie?
Didn't they get halfway there with the Mummy 3? But it was
He
all
was a
different
kid
people.
though. Oh
No,
yeah,
that was-
no, yeah, no, Mummy 3. Yeah, he was that kid was an asshole.
Mm.
You raised a bad kid, Rick. I preferred, like Alex in 2 was good. Annoying as fuck, but like a couple of kids, they just like rule the world. That would have been nice for a fast forward. God, that kid was such a dick. Whoa! First look at Soldier Boy Jensen Ackles from season 3 of The Boys. He got facial hair. That's new.
You know, I still haven't even bothered watching the second season of The Boys.
I'm like halfway through.
It just didn't look good. The first season looked okay and ended up being about okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't overwhelmed or super thrilled with it, so there's just no impetus for me to go on to season 2.
Yeah, that's kind of where I stopped.
It's like everybody in the show is just shitty. Okay, so people are shitty. Yeah, that's real life. I need something more in my entertainment. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. It's just not for me. Attorney General Merrick Garland, don't prosecute Donald Trump, is what he's claiming. That Ron DeSantis might have already delivered the House to Republicans in 2022.
Well, I think that's, with any luck, that's inevitable. We're going to find out just how rigged the systems are if there isn't a red wave.
Yeah. Is that the unnamed girl, Stephen? White House defends helicopter evacuation from U.S. Embassy after Biden said it wouldn't happen. Yeah, little version of Saigon all over again.
Yep. 2 days after he said that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, Hotel Transylvania 4 skipping theaters.
Probably a wise move.
I actually enjoyed all 3 of the.
I did as well. They're like way better than they have any reason to be. But
it's like, is that Mel Brooks? Holy shit, that's Mel Brooks.
Yeah, but I mean, let's face it. 4 cartoon movies sequels in, we can skip the theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, but we.
I mean, The Land Before Time only had 2.
You want to rethink that, there, buddy?
No, in theaters.
Oh, I was gonna say
the rest were direct to video.
Let's face it, they didn't need that many.
You shut your mouth. Well, Children of Corn has 9. So, just in case you were wondering.
How many Jason movies are there?
Technically 12. With 1 remake. No. There's 10. Then 11 goes to space. Or no, the 10 goes to space. Then there's the Freddy versus Jason. And then there's the remake. So, there's 12. I have no idea where we are in Texas Chainsaw Massacres. I think we're at 10 Halloweens, though.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, hasn't that been like rebooted like 6 times? So you can't really count it as more stories. It's just they keep remaking the same fucking one.
No. There was 1, then the immediate follow-up of 2, which was a completely different fucking movie. And then 3 was some sort of reboot in the same timeline, because that had they died in 2, but they were back for 3, and it was a different family, and they were no longer cannibals because they ate like a lot of pizza and had an Illuminati tie-in. And had Renee Zellweger and Matthew McConaughey in it. I do not remember what the fuck happened in 4. And then there was the 2 new ones. One, Jordana Brewster, and the other one had Jessica Biel. And those were also just weird continuations of something. Then there was a foreign remake called Leatherface, which was like absolutely a prequel, because they went back to Leatherface's childhood. Then after that, there was the one with Alexandria Daddario, in which it was a direct sequel to the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So from 1 to this one, and he is now aged the how many years, which they flub on, because Alexandria Daddario was like 25, or no, she was like 30 really, but she was playing like a 25-year-old.
Yeah, but she has that kind of face that, she could play somebody who's 10 years younger than her.
Yeah, she was 24 playing a 14-year-old in Percy Jackson. But so she's in her early 30s playing somebody in her mid 20s who was supposed to be actually somebody in her 40s. Because from the time Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out in 78 or 74.
That's right. No, it wasn't that early. I think it was 78.
I think Halloween was 78. I think. All right, let's fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre date.
In the United States
74.
of America,
Yeah.
the Texas
Shut up. So 74 to 2014 is 40 years. And she was playing like a 24-year-old, 22-year-old. Who was also a butcher, which was a cute little tie-in. So, so the 2 before, and the 2 before had the big guy who played Zangief. He's got a Polish name, I can't think of it. Last name anyway. And then there is a new remake. So they've all hit remakes, because Freddy's had a remake with what's his name? Jesse Earl Haley. Then Jason had a remake a couple years ago. Mike Myers had his remake with the wrestler guy. And then the remakes with the big guy. And all the remakes, every one of them, the dude was much bigger than the original cast member.
Oh, Sean, by the way, you'll be happy to hear that I watched the greatest movie ever, according to you.
No, not according to me. It's just the greatest movie ever.
It's just a fact.
I disagree. It was fun, but still disagree.
Because you don't understand the cultural context, young man.
Oh no, it's a 9 out of 10 for me, but not the greatest movie ever.
What is the greatest movie ever, so we can shit on it?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen enough movies to tell you.
I don't know what it is. I just know what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Plebs.
Fuck off.
I was shocked that there was 5 wikis for Total Recall.
Yeah, me too.
Although
but he's had to increase them.
Right.
He realized at the beginning he was too harsh.
Right. Well, not only that, but I think that I'll take the it's a 4.5, but because he's not allowing for halves, you got to round up. I'll admit that it's a good movie. I don't know that I would have given it 4.5. I would have probably given it 3.5, maybe 4. But knowing that it's not an outright 5 is enough.
A solidly 4. I would have been solidly 4.
I've never seen the version with Arnie. I've only seen the remake with Colin Farrell.
Oh God, no! Go watch the original. Oh my God.
I guess I'll have to, but I really enjoyed the remake.
I don't remember the remake, and I've seen it.
It has Jessica Biel. No, not Carl Urban. It's Colin, Irish guy.
Yeah.
Wait, no, wasn't
Firth?
No.
Colin Firth.
No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Colin Firth?
Yeah. And it had Kate
Wait,
Beckinsale.
no.
Kate Beckinsale played the spy fake wife.
I'm getting confused because it was Minority Report with with Tom Cruise, but it had Colin Farrell in it. So who was in the remake of Minority Report?
Tom Cruise.
No, in the remake of Minority Report.
Was
there a remake of Minority Report?
I don't think so. I've only seen Tom Cruise.
I might just be conflating Minority Report with Colin Farrell to the new Minority Report. Yeah, I'm only seeing one Minority Report. Okay, so there was no second Minority Report. There was a second Total Recall. With... Yeah, I don't remember this fucking movie. But I bet it's more confusing than the original. Oh, Bryan Cranston. I don't remember Bryan Cranston as Cohagen. Jessica Biel as Melina. That's an interesting one. Bill Nye's and everything.
Bill Nye is an actor and has never been anything other than an actor. So
no, Bill Nye.
Oh.
He was the head vampire in Underworld. Nighy. Bill Nye. He was the dad in Shaun of the Living Dead. Kate Beckinsale looks atrocious in this picture.
What you talking about?
It's just a casting picture. She just doesn't look good in it.
I was about to say,
I'm on Google and it just gives pictures of it's like a kind of headshot. It's like they were taken from red carpet events, and she doesn't look good. And Jessica Biel.
Watch your mouth.
Jessica Biel doesn't look good either, and I freaking love Jessica Biel. Caitlin Lieb, who plays the three-breasted woman, because apparently they brought her back. I do not remember any of this. She's looking very cute, though. I have to go to IMDb to see where it's playing at, if it's playing on any of the several streaming services I have available to me. And it's on Stars. Prime Videos with Stars. You can buy it for Amazon. Prime for $2.99. Yeah. I don't remember it, so it can't be that good. But so there was no Minority Report, which might have been me confusing with something else. I don't. I've already told you the who would win in a Freddy versus or Jason versus Mike Myers fight, right?
I'm assuming it would be Mike Myers.
Well, it depends on how old you are. Jason would win a fight in the year 2000. It doesn't matter. Jason is an undead zombie with supernatural power. He could literally grab Mike Myers and fold him into a lunch sack. But if you're 19 and are just getting into movies, then you're going to see the remakes first. And Jason is 6'6" and like 240, and Mikey is 6'8" and like 275 pounds of solid muscle. There's a good chance, because neither of them are supernatural right now in the remakes, that Mike Myers sweeps the floor with everybody. No, that doesn't sound right. It's also, he got another remake in there, so that's fucking ridiculous. What's the Rob Zombies ones? Halloween 2, 2009. Okay. Tyler Mane. He's got to be taller than... Tyler Mane is 6'9". So... Because Leatherface is like 6'4". So Friday the 13th is with Derek Mears, and Derek Mears is 6'5". All right.
Shut up.
This is when you need a Cartman sounder. Bad kitty.
That kitty is a bad kitty.
And then we go to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D. That's awful. But it also had Gunnar Henson as Leatherface right before he died. Who was the original Leatherface? So yeah, Andrew Ryronarski is his name, and he is also 6'5". So the Jason and Leatherface are the same height, but Andrew's bigger than him. So the only one really getting their ass kicked is fucking Jesse Haley. Yeah, that's a better picture of Jessica Biel. That's so weird. Google just has random ass pictures of Jessica Biel.
Sully is asking, what is a must-watch movie?
Depends. It honestly depends on what you're into and what you have been into. Like a lot of people who are into horror will say Scream because it shot down all the tropes, but it didn't shoot down all the tropes. It had all the tropes in it. Literally, as the lead girl is talking about big-titted blondes running up the stairs instead of running out the front door, she then gets confronted and runs up the stairs instead of running out the front door. You cannot call out a trope and then use that same trope and expect not to be called out for that trope because you called it out. I highly enjoyed Tucker and Dale versus Evil, if you're into horror. I haven't watched a lot of comedies lately, but also, if you want to spin on a trope, which is something to think about, there is.
Don't get all esoteric about this nonsense. Just give them a movie that's a must-watch movie. Like
All right, so you're saying action.
Black Dynamite. Black
Dynamite for action. Black Dynamite is actually very good. It's a comedy action movie on blaxploitation. Also, as far as action movies go, there's a movie that's so full of action, it's got too much action. Shoot 'em up.
Oh, Shoot 'em up is awesome. I love it.
Shoot 'em up has so much action at the points where there's not action. There's still action.
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
I'm gonna get you suckers good. If we're going back to blaxploitation. What else is a good action movie that I've seen recently? Or I guess not seen recently, really.
Action Jackson.
Action Jackson is absolutely. So the theme of Action Jackson is actually, it came around during the filming of the movie Predator. And in the movie Predator, these guys, when they're not filming, are literally doing every remotely testosterone-filled action you can think of to stay pumped up. They're running 15 miles a day in like 1 mile increments between shoots, pumping iron on set, mock fighting each other, just everything you can think of. And they happened to come up with the idea of Action Jackson in the middle of that. Action Jackson is ridiculously testosterone filled, and it has pretty much the entire cast of Predator in very small parts, but still gives them I also liked Ninja Assassin.
The Last Dragon.
Absolutely, Last Dragon. We're doing a lot of blaxploitation tonight, apparently. Yeah, Last Dragon is great. I've thoroughly enjoyed the John Wick movies. If you haven't seen the John Wick movies,
I still haven't. I need to sit down and actually watch those. I just don't want to see the dog die.
Oh, well, I mean, you just get the first 10 minutes then.
You know what I really like that I'm probably going to get attacked for? The Rock.
The one with Sean Connery?
Mm-hmm.
Sean Connery, Nicolas Cage, Ed Harris.
Yeah. That's a pretty good movie.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it makes it into classics for me, but it's a good movie.
At this point, anything with Sean Connery in it is a classic.
Yeah.
Zardoz, and I don't recommend it.
I do?
Why?
No, I don't. No. It's like, what was it? Like his first movie? He was just out of like Mr. Olympian or whatever?
No, it was after he played James Bond.
Really?
Yes. It was like a 1973 movie.
What, didn't it just like come out then? What about Point Break is really good.
Yes, the original Point Break is a great
original, not the remake. I haven't seen the remake.
You got to see the original with Swayze and Reeves. And Flea.
Yeah,
and Anthony Kiedis.
And Flea. Oh, don't forget Flea. I liked Face Off. I liked Tango and Cash, which is basically a different version of Face Off, really.
I think it was
the only way.
It was before Face Off, though.
Oh yeah. No, it was. See, because in movies like Tango and Cash, you have to buddy if you're not going to make one of them the villain. And this is the opposite of that. Is they made one the villain, and it was still a kind of buddy movie, just in like the fucking weirdest way possible. Because they were still like really familiar with each other, and snarky in a way. Yeah. But we're trying to kill each other. But yeah, Tango and Cash, I fucking love that movie. Yeah. All right. So R.I.P. Swayze. God, yeah, too soon. Oh my god, I'm going on a Nicolas Cage kick here because I'm also going to recommend Con Air.
Speaking of Nicolas Cage, did you see the preview for the new movie that's coming out? Ghostland or something like that?
Oh, so he's going to hell or something? I haven't seen the. I still haven't seen Willy's Wonderland or whatever.
I haven't seen that either. What is this? It's not Pig. What is it? No, it is Pig. Prisoners of the Ghostland.
Prisoners of the Ghost. Okay. What about it?
Have you seen the trailer for it?
I have not. Is that something I had to do?
They're literally saying it's Nicolas Cage's most insane movie.
Have you seen Mandy?
Have you seen most of his movies?
Have you seen Snake? Have you seen Willy's Wonderland? I haven't yet, but I know he has no dialogue. How do you get hired to do a job without dialogue?
I have no idea.
Actually, I really like this movie for the cast. U.S. Marshals.
Yes.
Tommy Lee Jones, Robert Downey Jr. Excellent cast. It's the same cast as The Fugitive, except you replace Harrison Ford with Wesley Snipes, and you add Robert Downey Jr.
No, you add Robert. Wait, yeah, okay.
He's just Robert Downey now.
Oh, too soon.
Wait, was his dad famous or something?
Yes.
I don't know.
And he was senior.
I mean, besides being senior.
Oh, Snake Eyes was boring.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. was a legacy in Hollywood.
Yeah, he came out way too early, and it fucked up his life. And he got a second chance, which was nice, and he fully took advantage of it.
Yeah, he sure did.
And others have done it. Yeah, Drew Barrymore did the same thing.
Yep.
Not really Neil Patrick Harris, because he didn't have the hiatus in the same way. Like, he stopped acting, his choice, and then went back to acting, his choice. So he was a child actor who's an adult actor, but he didn't have the need for a second chance.
No, but he did have the correct attitude adjustment that made his comeback, as it were, more successful. Yeah.
Like, unfortunately, Macaulay Culkin's not really getting it done.
Right.
Haley Joel Osment's not getting it done. But like, there's ways to do it right. Like Ethan Hawke has been working since he was like 4, which he has to, because Ethan Hawke is not an attractive man. But because he was a mildly cute kid, if you can get past found footage films, like the jumpiness, I highly recommend Hardcore Henry. If you can't, though, do not watch that movie. It's the first movie shot in first person. So
that's my complaint about the Bourne Identity or the Bourne trilogy is with Matt Damon. There's too much not shaky cam, but there's too much camera shifting.
Well, no, you're right. It is shaky cam.
Yeah, it is shaky cam.
They did have shaky cam.
Yeah, it was a stylistic choice that was really prevalent in the early 2000s. Like, I want to go rewatch Battlestar Galactica because it's a good story. I tried. I sat through 2 episodes and I couldn't do it anymore because of the stupid shaky cam bullshit.
If you're, how old are you, Sally? Like, just give me like a ballpark. Because I don't know if I can recommend.
If you want good sci-fi, watch Serenity, and you don't have to watch Firefly to get it. It can stand alone and still be a good movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah. Like I don't know if I can recommend like Escape from New York and Escape from LA for you. Like, absolutely great movies. But
you have to have a certain frame of mind for them to be great.
Okay, 34. Yeah, you can. Yeah, those work for you.
I recommend I recommend Escape from New York. LA is optional, but Escape from New York is definitely a classic.
You got conflated Escape and Snake.
Yes, I did.
Which led me to thinking Snake's on a plane, and I was like, no, I don't recommend that.
No, the great thing about Snakes on the Plane is that his very next movie was Black Snake Moan, but everybody started calling it Skank on a Chain.
Tired of these Monday, Friday snakes on this motherfucker plane. I watched it on basic cable. I liked it was a Michael Douglas movie from like
Falling
the
Down.
late 80s. No,
Falling
God,
Down.
no, but yes, but no. It was Michael Douglas and Andy Garcia, and he ended up having to go to Japan. To pursue the killer. And oh god, it broke so many laws. Just so many laws.
Did you guys enter the lottery to get to be a
Yeah.
Black Rain. Black Rain.
Black
I did
Rain,
not.
yeah,
No.
to suggest a movie? I didn't either, but what are you going to suggest, Garrett?
A lot of Clint Eastwood movies.
The game's good too.
You get
And-
one, dude.
No, you suggest a list, and the audience votes out of that list which one.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's going to be like probably a decent selection of Clint Eastwood movies. I'll probably throw in like Heartbreak Ridge, Dirty Harry, Unforgiven, and The Outlaw Josie Wales. That'll be 4 top-notch Clint Eastwood movies.
Which Dirty Harry movie?
The first one.
See, I would suggest the Deadpool.
No, he's not going to do that because if you any series, you start with the first one. That's a rule of the show of the.
Well, then I
review.
would definitely add Escape from New York.
Well, no, I was thinking those 4, and I got to do one gangster movie. It's probably going to be The Godfather. As much as I want him to see Goodfellas, and the audience refuses to let him watch Goodfellas or refuses to vote for it. What else? It's either that or Casino. That's like the 2 best movies that I can think of. That isn't Goodfellas.
L.A. Confidential.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good point. But that's a time piece. That's like a
Yeah, but
Time
it's
era piece.
really fucking good.
yeah, it really is. How many can you?
I don't know. I should probably
Suggest.
let me go to Matt's site and see if I can enter the lottery. Damn it.
Yeah, I'm sure that
I
it's
just-
only like 20, 30 people that did it. So
The problem is, dude, if you get selected or I get selected, the audience is going to cry foul.
why?
Yeah, not as much
It's
as
a-
I got
it's a-
selected.
We have
It's
wrenches, dude.
It's a lottery. Who gives a fuck? How much more fair can you make it?
It's fair in its unfairness.
Mm. I mean, They can
I
cry
would
foul that we sent Blonde a bunch of suggestions, but it was ultimately her decisions to pick the movies that he watched originally.
Well, and she already had a list. If one happened to coincide, it was on the list already. She didn't.
Probably.
She didn't take anything we had to say seriously. I mean, come on.
Dude, you don't know that. Did you talk to her? Did you ask her?
No, she doesn't talk to me.
I know.
That's why I had to lay that zinger on her last night.
That was pretty good, though. By the way, that made me laugh.
What I miss? I opted out after the final the movie review.
I sent in a super chat that said I was talking to Mike Oxlong, and that he wanted to take Blonde to the movies, but they wouldn't let him bring his own snacks in. And then I followed that up with I laughed at Mike Oxlong. So basically, I got her to say Mike Oxlong. Is the
Yeah. She is she's a snack you should try.
Where's the
Yeah,
sign up
so-
for the lotto?
I'm assuming at the bottom.
It's
always at the bottom.
you go to the columns, and you go to one of his reviews. Yeah, the last two, I think he has a link for it.
We'll give that 4 wikis votes.
If it isn't in Total Recall, it's definitely the one before it. I forget which one that was.
Oh God. Should vote for the next movie too.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Let me do the same.
Goodfellas.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Goodfellas.
Yeah, Goodfellas.
Ooh,
I know he's watching.
it's only winning by 5 votes.
Yep, I gotta get. Okay, I'm gonna be number
And
6. It's gotta win. It's
backup
gotta
is
win.
the Dark Crystal, which no.
I mean,
Actually, Dark Crystal's pretty good.
what's okay? It's Dark Crystal, and what's the other puppet movie that's like that?
Labyrinth.
Labyrinth. Oh, trash movies. That shit scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Labyrinth is the better of the two.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yes,
it's the better of the two.
the Dark Crystal is a darker movie.
Which is saying something because Labyrinth ain't all that bright. Literally gifted a kid. So, and it came out like pretty close to each other too in time. What was the one with Tom Cruise? Legend something?
We should talk about Apocalypse Now because that was a very artsy fartsy movie. That's the vibe I got when I first watched it. I haven't rewatched
Tim Curry
it since, but
as the devil. What the fuck's the name of the movie?
Tim Curry as the devil? You talking about it?
No,
That's
no.
Legend.
It's just Legend?
Just Legend. Yeah, it's Tom Cruise's first movie.
Was it? Couldn't have been.
Pretty sure it's his first movie.
Really? I mean, because that's 85.
No, it was earlier than
Right?
that.
No, I don't think so.
Although Mad Max would be a good one for him to watch
that's
too.
No, that's Labyrinth. I don't want that. I want. What did I just say?
Dark Crystal.
No, the Tom Cruise movie.
Legend.
Legend.
Oh. He needs to watch the first Mad Max to get to the second one because the second one's better.
Absolutely. Endless Love, Taps, Outsiders, Losing It, Risky Business, All the Right Moves, then Legend. Legend came out right before Top Gun.
Wow. Because he looks so young in that movie.
Yeah, see, this is why I can't trust you, and I have to look things up. Although, is Keanu Reeves' first
I would have
movie Babes in
sworn
Toyland?
that Risky Business was after Legend. I would have sworn that.
Yeah. Oh no, Babes in Toyland's way fucking up there apparently. Babes in Toyland was 86, and Keanu Reeves was in Under the Influence, Brotherhood of Justice, Teenage Dream, Act of Vengeance, and
Oh wow, you get to select 8 movies.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's quite a few, and I already narrowed down 4 for sure. I forgot about Scarface too. That's another good mobster movie to throw in there, and it's different from like the Italian mob movies.
you should put in My Own Private Idaho.
Never seen it.
Dude, Keanu Reeves was in Freaked. Playing Otis the Dog Boy. That's hilarious. That makes who played the Gimp in that movie with all the assholes? The other movie, not Pulp Fiction. Channing Tatum. That puts that to shame. The movie Freak from 1993 in DVD format on Amazon is $169.95. Anyway, it's a movie with Alex Winter, who is Bill S. Preston Esquire, and he co-wrote it and co-directed it as well as starred in it, and it's got Keanu Reeves in an uncredited role as the dog boy.
Boondock Saints isn't a mobster movie, Sully Toys. That's a shoot 'em up.
Technically, it is.
How is
No,
it technically?
Because they go after mobsters.
That's vigilante. No, that's not really mobster.
But they're mobsters. Which
The
makes it a
Punisher
mobster
does
movie.
the same thing.
That's cartel.
Still, it's not
Henry
really
Saint
a mob movie.
Henry Saint is a money guy for the cartels. So that's a cartel movie, mobster movie. But you're also forgetting of Mobsters and Dick Tracy, which is a great fucking movie.
Yeah, I need to rewatch that one. Mobsters is also one that just flies under the radar everywhere.
Mobsters?
Good movie.
Yep.
I don't know it off the top of my head.
Love me some Christian Slater.
Oh, is that the one where they at the end of the movie they make the 5 families or whatever kind of setup?
No.
Yes.
Have you
I thought
seen Eric?
What?
Put this as a priority. Pump up the volume.
No. It sounds terrible.
No, it's good.
Is it
It's
really?
so good.
It's good.
It's so good. And you're at the outer edge of the age of like coming into yourself, where it's like a late teen anthem of rebellion and going against the system. And it's so good.
Now, I might have a jaded opinion of it because it came out right after I moved to Arizona. But it stars Christian Slater having moved to Arizona. And it's great.
I did see
Mind you, nostalgia. Could you please stop firing at the nuclear warhead?
Trying to find a synopsis on this thing. Here it is.
What movies aren't on the list that we would want on the list?
This is a weird cast for monsters.
I mean, we've already made a list with a bunch of them.
Right, but we never really narrowed it down. I mean, we just started spitballing and throwing out tons of shit. I'm talking about, like, seriously iconic, preferably one-off movies that need to be, that, like, are a little bit esoteric, but not wholly esoteric, that need to be on this list.
I've heard the word. I don't know the definition, though. So it's giving me a roadblock in the brain.
Esoteric?
Yes.
Unheard of, oddball, obscure.
I don't want to do obscure. I want to do the one-off. I get, but it has to be like a really good movie, like some. What's the guy?
Esoteric means intended for or likely to be understood by only a small number of people with specialized knowledge or interest.
Yeah, that's not what you want to get him. You got to get him. You got to get him the base knowledge to. You got to set the foundation.
I understand that, but I'm talking about like not your common basic bitch. Oh, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. You know, that sort of shit. I want like.
But that's the kind of thing he needs to see.
Slightly esoteric ones that nobody else is going to suggest.
Johnny Dangerously. Are you talking about Gleaming the Cube? It's the only skating Christian Slater movie I could think of.
That is the only skating Christian Slater movie.
He's saying Christian Slater played a skater boy, and the Tony Hawk was used for scenes, and I'm like, I can only think of.
Yeah, that's Gleaming the Cube.
Okay, all right, Gleaming the Cube. Pump Up the Volume was so good. Cuffs was so good. Monsters, Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Well, part of the problem is that one of the main things that made Pump Up the Volume so good was the soundtrack. And
Yeah.
I guarantee you he's not in any of that music.
Yeah. True Romance. Interview with a Vampire. Oh wait, Christian Slater wasn't Broken Rain. Broken Arrow. I was thinking of Hard Rain.
Broken Arrow?
Broken
You
Arrow.
talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that movie. I'm trying to think of this one guy from The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. Jimmy Stewart. That's it.
Jesus.
Why the fuck couldn't I think of his
One
name?
of the biggest American stars ever, and you were drawing.
I know, right?
Jimmy Stewart.
All right.
What you see here is that Smucker's makes a damn fine jelly. Blue Thunder. Nah.
Oh, he was in Vertigo? I have to watch that.
Was he? Yeah, he was.
Okay, you got to go with Mr. Smith Goes to Washington's because that's the kind of thing that would, Jimmy his shorts or what's the expression?
Russell is Jimmy's.
Russell is Jimmy's. Thank you.
I don't. Yes, retarded.
From Matt?
I'm gonna do Dick Tracy,
Hmm.
The Last Dragon, Pump Up the Volume, Tucker and Dale versus Evil, Tales from the Dark Side 1. The movie, not the TV show. My Girl.
Oh God, the bees.
Dude, come on now. I'm gonna cry. He doesn't have his glasses.
He doesn't have his glasses. He can't
He
see
needs his
without his glasses.
Golden Child. Give me a better year for me.
Well, he's already seen the better one.
He's seen a vampire in Brooklyn?
Ooh. No, what was it? What was the other one where he played a gangster with Della Reese? What the hell was that one?
Harlem Night.
Harlem Nights.
That is the best Eddie Murphy movie. I missed that one?
It's on my list.
Did I miss that one though? Was he already see it?
No, not to my knowledge.
Oh, I was gonna say that movie is so fucking good. That literally is the like the Asian cast of Big Trouble in Little China. It's the black cast.
Yeah, and The Golden Child is literally everybody that was in Big Trouble in Little China, just doing a different movie.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll take I like the Golden Child though. All right. Yeah, I'll trade it for Harlem Nights. 2 more.
God, I need 4 more. Stir Crazy. Trading Places.
The Toy.
Not the best Richard Pryor movie.
It's so well. I was thinking Brewster's Millions, but The Toy, good fucking god, that is a racist ass movie starring Richard Pryor. No, I can't use it because I just did Harlem Nights, which is fucking amazing. Can't do Brewster's Millions, even though I love Brewster's Millions. Blazing Saddles.
I'm saying Stir Crazy. But Blazing Saddles was already on the list.
Not on my list. I got 8 to choose from.
No, I'm talking about, like, isn't it on the main list?
Oh, no, I was just giving my personal list. Though I don't think he really appreciates my boy Gene as much as he should. Which means he doesn't appreciate Mel Brooks, which means...
Oh.
No, I think he'd like...
Hey,
I think he'd like...
Either of you have Deliverance on your list?
No.
No. It doesn't even ring a bell for me.
And Black Dynamite. There's my 8. Fuck
no,
you.
I put Black Dynamite on mine.
Guys, so good. It's so bad. It's good.
Yep.
And then it goes back around to being bad. Too good again.
Yeah, it comes around like 3 times.
Full revolution. I fucking love when he gets hit in the head with the boom mic and then looks up at it while still delivering lines. It's so fucking good.
Such a good movie.
God, that movie is so good. 9-year-old Black Dynamite! Why are you crying? It's me, your 14-year-old brother. In a flashback sequence. Or how they, dude, it was so good. Like, shipping in and they didn't ship him in, but it does happen where they well, fuck, it happened in Selma not too long ago, where they have like so it starts out where there's these drug dealers in their it's a gang meeting of drug dealers, and one of these men are not like the other. And he's playing gangster with a strong, slightly weakened British accent. And it's supposed to like be crystal clear that he's just another gangster like everybody else. Like, actually, if you've seen the movie Ticks, it's got Alfonso Riviera Carlton, before he's Carlton, playing a slightly gangstery type of, just a punk on the streets. And he does a decent enough job at that. But this guy was not. He did not do a good job. It was pretty fucking funny. It's exploitation of the genre of blaxploitation.
You know what the last movie that Jimmy Stewart did was?
Probably something stupid, because that seems to be like how the greats go out.
5 Goes West.
Oh, I was wrong, because that's a great fucking movie.
That was his last one.
I love 5 Goes West.
Yeah, I've never seen the first one, but I know that one by heart.
Oh, a Will Smith movie. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's the only thing that pops into mind.
No, I, Robot is good.
Yeah. What was the one? What was the zombie? Oh, yeah, that's true. What was the zombie movie though?
I Am Legend, but that is
Legend.
much. They absolutely shit the bed in I Am Legend. Like, it wasn't a great movie, but they made it worse than needed to be. Like, whatever you take away from that movie, you're wrong. Hancock is
yeah,
he's
that's an asshole movie.
Yeah, Will Smith can be an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
He's so good in iRobot though, for that exact reason.
Black.
Bad Boys, those are all good. Like 2 or 3.
Oh yeah, that's true. Forgot about Bad Boys.
Men in Black, yeah. Wild Wild West is good. I would not recommend, what is it, 6 pounds, 8 pounds, whatever it is. Whatever that concussion one was, again, no. Yeah, Independence Day is good. So good that they killed him off. Hancock is a superhero one. Unless you're talking about...
They didn't kill him off in Independence Day.
Yeah,
they did.
In the second one, he didn't make it to the second movie. And
Well,
then
I
they
meant
killed
the second one.
his stripper wife who worked her way through medical school. That was the only person that did not get on the second movie, huh? Come to think of it.
Actually, yeah.
All the original
Yeah,
cast.
even Judd Hirsch was in the second one.
Yeah.
I didn't care for Gemini Man. Aladdin was awful. Bright was good. That would be an interesting one.
Which one?
Bright was good, yeah. But does that count though? Because I mean, that was kind of like made for TV, wasn't it?
It felt that way. It really, yeah, it really did feel that way. But no, it's a movie. It's a straight up movie. It's like a almost 2 hours long movie.
Right, but it wasn't like one of the first Netflix exclusives or made for Netflix sort of thing.
Well, it's like what, 4 years old?
Yeah.
But was Netflix not doing stuff before that?
I don't think so. I think it was one of the first ones where they kind of went out and instead of just showing studio movies, they kind of made their own production. If memory serves, but my memory not so good anymore because apparently.
Yeah.
I could throw in a religious movie. Come to think of it, I'd go with Ben-Hur.
Stigmata. I liked Hitch. Right.
Hitch was funny. That was a really good movie.
Hitch was good. Eva Mendes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eva Mendes
Yep.
was just like the right amount of bitch. And it wasn't too much. Like, she was a bitch, but she wasn't too bad.
Mm-hmm.
I would not recommend A Shark's Tale. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, no.
I said Men in Black, right? We did Men in Black. We did Bad Boys. We said those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would go with Bad Boys.
Unless you're a fan, I wouldn't recommend Ali.
A fan of Will Smith or a fan of Muhammad Ali?
A fan of Ali. So. What was it 6 pounds or 8 pounds? Was it about a fucking human head, or am I conflating two things together?
Ooh. 7.
7.
Damn it!
6 or 8. No, 7.
Is it?
Yeah. What was the other one? 6 heads in a duffel bag. That was pretty good.
No, I'm thinking of the human head weighs 8 pounds. What's the one with anything with him and his kid in it? Avoid. Or him and himself in it? Avoid.
What about Avatar?
Will Smith was an Avatar?
No, not Will Smith. Just generally speaking.
Oh, I thought we were still talking about. I was just referencing Gemini Man. So when you said Avatar, I was like, I don't think he was a. Dude, that's long. I didn't really enjoy it. And I'd like stupid movies. I just watched one called Toxic Shark. And granted, I didn't particularly enjoy it, but I do watch just fucking awful movies.
Dude,
I watched one
on the list.
I watched one yesterday.
I don't want to put any B movies on the list personally.
Called Megaconda.
Dude, I'm looking at
Megaconda followed by Killer Terror Birds.
I'm looking at IMDb's top 100 religious movies. I don't see Ben-Hur on here anywhere, and Evan Almighty and Bruce Almighty are in the top 10. This is a fucked up list.
Did either of you know who put Black Magic at a timeline yesterday? I wasn't there.
That was me.
I was scared.
Sally. It could have been Sally.
No, that was me. You used too many emojis, dude. You can't do that.
You only get 3.
You only get 3.
I see you using 4 right there. Calling you out, fella. I just had something and I lost it.
12 Monkeys.
Ooh, oh, that was actually a really great performance by Brad Pitt. All right, Bruce Willis movie. Pick a Bruce Willis movie.
Obviously, you got the Die Hards.
Hudson Hawk.
Fuck yeah, bro!
Red.
Oh, so speaking of,
Yeah, fuck that list.
I was thinking, like I watched Hudson Hawk like last year, and I was thinking, like, if they had made Loki in this time period, Richard Grant would make an excellent Loki. And then to see him on Loki, I just laughed my ass off. I was like, oh shit, that's inappropriate. Bunny, ball. I don't like what's her face, so Death Becomes Her's off the table for me.
Overboard.
No, not Goldie Hawn, the other one. Actually, I didn't like how Kurt Russell took advantage of her. Even though she was a bitch. But, like, Goldie Hawn, like, she couldn't portray a bitch if she tried. It'd be like Tanya Roberts playing a bitch. I'd be like, I don't care that you're playing a bitch.
So, do we know if Matt's seen any of the James Bond films?
Oh, that's a good question.
And there's no real chronological order for them, so what order would you watch them in? I mean, you can watch them in the order. You can watch them in the order that they came out in, or you can watch them according to the books, which you'd start with Daniel Craig, then loop around to Sean Connery and work your way back. Technically,
there's actually an original Casino Royale.
Yeah, there's a first one, but George Lazenby.
I saw part of it. I was not impressed. Like, it was very trippy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so like, there's a ton of James Bond movies. So where would you get him into that? Because they're all really different.
I mean, would you tell him to watch the ones with Roger Moore or Timothy Dalton?
Dalton?
I said
Timothy Dalton has the darkest of all of the James Bond movies. They were trying to go in a different direction.
They were trying to get serious with it and take the camp out of it from
like literally fed Felix to sharks. I personally like the Bronson movies the best.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Brosnan. Okay.
Bronson was the Death Wish movies.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't recommend, but I do enjoy. It's something in the filming. There's like they're too long. Like they're made for TV.
Well, they're not made for TV. They're just products of their era.
No. They were filmed and put in movie theaters, but then the videos are like made for TV.
Yeah.
So there's like a formatting thing that makes me unenjoy those movies. Now, if they came back out with them on Blu-ray, original widescreen, yeah, I'd probably buy them because I like Charles Bronson. He's a tough guy who doesn't shit out a bunch of machismo. And he actually plays a really docile character as far as it goes.
Yeah, until he starts wasting suckers.
Well, yeah, until he starts shooting people in the goddamn face. But before that, he's just not there. Also, I enjoyed the remake with Bruce Willis, even though I hate that he's left-handed. Steven picked Fifth Element, if we were still talking about Bruce Willis, which we're not, because you guys blew right over that. Fuck you guys.
That would be a Matt movie, I think.
Fifth Element?
Yeah. I think that'd be something he'd like.
What leads you to believe at all he likes sci-fi? like
I don't know. So weird sense.
Okay. Oh, Gary Oldman movie.
Dracula.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah.
but I'm also thinking like The Professional.
Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
That's a good one. That's a very Oldman movie
Yeah,
as
no
well.
matter what he's in, they're good.
Mhm.
Yeah. But he's almost like not a lead character though. Like he's the best supporting actor, but not lead character.
Right.
Which still, that's a pretty good fucking spot to be in. Some of my favorite characters are, supporting actors.
I need a last movie for my list, and I want to pick a good one.
Do you submit it now, or you just
I'm
put it together?
I'm just prepping it.
Did I not
Gotcha.
give you The Professional? All right, so list them out again, and we'll track genres so we can give it something from a genre you might be missing. Unless you just want like straight action across the board.
I don't need action.
Well, no, I'm saying like unless you want straight action, then there'd be like too many to go for.
Right. No, I'm okay. So let me give you the list as it exists now, and then we can see what we want to add for the last one. Right now, I've got Escape from New York, L.A. Confidential, Black Dynamite, Harlem Nights, Mobsters 1991, 7, and 12 Monkeys.
Oh, a little Brad Pitt heavy there.
Yeah, but 7 I think is exceptional. So
Yeah, but I don't know if I'd go with 12 Monkeys over like Fight Club.
But I can almost guarantee that somebody else will have picked Fight Club.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Chances are somebody else has picked 7 too, but it's so good that
It's worth putting anyway. Yeah.
right.
I might substitute 7 for Unusual Suspects.
Ooh. Yes, that's a done deal.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, Morgan Freeman legit had so many takes in this scene where he threw the switchblade at the board that he got proficient in throwing a goddamn switchblade at a board.
Why do all of a sudden I need 2? This is weird. What did I miss?
You got Black Dynamite, you got Escape from New York, you got
Harlem Nights,
Harlem Nights,
L.A. Confidential, Usual Suspects, 12 Monkeys, and then all of a I thought I only needed 1 more, but apparently I need 2 more.
You deleted 7. I don't think we got. Did we get to the rest of the list before you said? Damn
That
it.
was it. No, the bottom one on the list was 12 Monkeys.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you got action. You got what do you even consider 12 Monkeys? Back to the Future?
Well, it's
Like
kind of
a-
like
like
sci-fi,
time travel?
kind of like time travel, kind of like action, kind of like suspense. And it's
All right,
it's a
so you
little
don't
bit of everything.
particularly need. Yeah. All right, so you went with the Usual Suspects, so you don't need like a
Telling you, dude, put in a Western.
Western or a horror.
Mm.
Like that's
with-
really what
with-
you're missing.
Yeah, with 7 off the list, there's really no horror aspect to any of this.
All right, so yeah,
Well, with,
Western or horror.
I Spit on Your Grave.
No, God no.
Well,
310
what's
to
wrong with
you,
it?
310 to Yuma would be the Western I'd pick, but I can guarantee you somebody else has got it on their list.
It's too recent.
Really? Yeah, I don't know about that.
I mean, Tombstone would be the other one, but
Yeah.
Tombstone is definitely going to be on the list. I don't know about 310 to Yuma, though. If I was going to pick a Western, it would probably be Quick and the Dead.
If I were to pick a Western besides the Clint Eastwood ones I already said, I'd probably go with Hostiles.
what was the chick Western?
The chick Western?
Bounty Hunters.
That was like Sharon Stone, wasn't it?
Bounty Hunters? No. Madeline Stowe was Bounty Hunters. Sharon Stone was Quick and the Dead.
It was. I don't think. Is that right?
Was there a second one?
No, you're right. It is. Well, no. Yeah, I guess it is the Quick and the Dead.
Mm-hmm. And she's just beautiful in it too. But no, Bounty Hunters is what you're thinking of. Possibly thinking of. Ooh, my Western would be Quickly Down Under.
That's a good point. Good show. Good show.
Wasn't it? No, wait. I'm thinking of the wrong movie. It's not Bounty Hunters. It's something else.
I was gonna say I don't think so.
Bounty? Bounties? Bounties, maybe? Bounty is a Mel Gibson movie. Madeline Stowe, who was also in 12 Monkeys, by the way. General's Daughter, The Last of the Mohicans.
Go with
Dances
Western
with Wolves.
or war flick.
If you're gonna go war flick, you got to do what's the Mel Gibson movie?
Patriot.
Was it Patriot?
Yeah. It's about the.
Well, unless you're thinking of something else.
He's probably
No,
thinking
no.
of Braveheart.
No. This was the Vietnam movie with Brad Pitt, with Mel Gibson. Not Heartbreak Ridge. Fuck.
Fucking what now? Vietnam was actually pretty good.
Men of Courage.
Men
Oh
of
no,
Honor?
We Were Soldiers. We Were Soldiers. That's what it was.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I've actually seen that movie.
That's a good one. There's that one, and there's another Vietnam movie with Jim Caviezel. I can't think of the name. It's got a bunch of people in it, but Jim Caviezel's the guy that's sticking out right now.
I'm still trying to think of
I think
the.
somebody would have put Saving Private Ryan on their list.
I would put Brokeback Mountain on my list just to
Fuck-
stick
just
it
to
at my
fuck
app.
with him.
Yeah. What is the name of that fucking movie with all the chicks on the cover?
Right. That's the one I'm thinking of, and I cannot for the life of me remember the name of the movie.
I thought it was Bounty Hunters, but I know it's different movie. It's an Australian movie with cowboys, not fucking not Quickly Down Under, but River Runs Through It.
That's not Australian. That was and it's got Brad Pitt in it.
The fuck it does.
No, A River Runs Through It has Brad Pitt in it. Garen Gog.
All right, then I'm thinking of a different movie.
Yes.
It's about a a horse race, and this horse runs down this super fucking steep hill. Oh, fuck you, Steven. God damn it. Bad Girls.
Okay, let's see if I can find this damn.
But I would like to point out that it does have Madeline Stowe in it. I was right. But it's also like it's also got Andy McDowell, so there's your Hudson Hawk link.
Oh, The Thin Red Line. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, that's good. Now back to my movie, Steven.
You know what? I'm surprised that nobody's put on any lists thus far is Gremlins.
I thought about it.
And Gremlins is a Christmas movie. Fuck you, anybody who says differently.
Yeah, it is a Christmas movie.
There's literally this story of that chick whose dad died in the chimney.
Fuck it, I'm putting Gremlins on the list.
All right, Gremlins it is. That's your horror.
No, yeah. So now I need one more.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you need two more?
Yeah.
All right, so you got to get pick a fucking Western.
Told you. Thin Red Line or We Were Soldiers.
I'm
Probably your two best picks.
Those are war movies.
Yeah, I thought that's what he wanted.
War
Or you changed your mind?
Western. Or Western.
Okay, so
I'm still leaning at 310 to Yuma.
River runs through.
But I don't know.
I don't think that's it. Nope, that's definitely not it. Legend of the Fall's not it. Jesus, Keith Schaefer looks terrible in this picture.
Or stupid slapstick comedy like Real Genius.
God, Real Genius. I would go Top Secret.
Oh, by the way, I watched Life of Brian. Not that great.
Didn't you already watch Life of Brian? Didn't we talk about this a couple weeks ago?
No. I never talked about it with y'all.
Yeah, it's not their best outing, but it's quality.
Yeah, Long Kiss Goodnight is a Christmas movie. I don't know what you're talking about, Steven.
Oh, back to Bruce Willis movies, The Whole Nine Yards.
No, God no. No, I'm stuck on this fucking movie now that I saw as a kid about. All right, let's try this. Riding a Horse Down a Mountain movie.
Just grasping at straws.
Damn it! I got it too. The Man from Snowy River. It's literally the third option. So fucking good. It's the first option on Wikipedia. So good. Fuck you, Hidalgo. I don't even know why Seahorse is on here. If you like a movie full of famous people, there's none.
Here's an oddball one that might be pretty good.
What's that?
Wait, this one?
No, Goon.
Oh, not Dune? Goon?
No, Goon.
Goon with
Stifler.
Stifler?
Yeah.
No.
Goon's going on the list.
Good fucking God, no. Why?
Just because
It's not even the best. Like Mighty Ducks is so much better than Goon. Or The Miracle, which is also better. Oh, you know what? What's that fucking movie with Uncle Jesse?
Goonies. Nobody suggested Goonies.
Oh, you might.
I thought you thought about it.
I suggested Goonies in the long form, but not the short form. What is that fucking movie with Uncle Jesse? I don't know why, but I love this movie, and
Is it
I
a
will be
Western?
recommending it to you assholes. No, it's a war movie actually. It's
John
about like
Stamos?
this. Yeah, it's this.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of the other Uncle Jesse.
From Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
The original Uncle
You're
Jesse,
old
mind you.
enough.
Yeah, thank you.
You're
Thank
not
you,
old
Sean.
enough for that reference, kid.
Yes, I am. Yes,
you're
I
not.
am. Yes,
You're
I am.
definitely not.
I watched it with my grandma. Thank you.
You watch reruns with your grandma.
Same difference.
Nah, it was better when it was on prime time.
That might be, but you know what? I still saw it.
Which I'll give the man credit for somebody of his age group to even have seen the Dukes of Hazzard. Good
The
on
real
you.
Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah.
I can never fucking remember the name of this movie. But you know what? Actually, I like the that ice Vanilla Ice movie with motorcycles too. Hold on, I gotta find it. Born to Ride. Ooh, it's only got a 5.1. Anyway, so he's a motorcycle rider who back in the day, because this is in like the mid 80s, gets the choice: join the army or prison, because they did that in the 80s for some reason, only on TV. You need to get the actual choice for life. Like you got it in the 70s, not the 80s. So he joins kind of like a special case, and he teaches the mounted cavalry to become a motorcycle squad. And it's not a real, like, there's not like a leading members or anything in that. Like, it's got the original Tommy Jarvis. It's got a bunch of people who have been in movies for a long time, but no stars. And it's yeah, it's just like probably arguably like the most famous movie, or no, it's just not really full of them. But yeah, that movie, there's just something about it I love, even though it's got John Stamos, who I'm not particularly a fan of. Not that I don't like the guy, but I think his love interest is Terry Polo, which is Gaylord Fokker's wife. In Meet the Parents.
Ooh, Starship Troopers.
That's another good one. And it's got a good political message too. So
what do I replace though?
You got a bunch of sci-fi on there. You can get rid of 12 Monkeys.
Yeah.
Got you thinking.
If you get rid of 12 Monkeys, you could substitute something and then put in Hudson Hawk.
As much as I like that movie, it's not a good movie.
I don't care. I'm doing movies I like. Fuck, man. He's ruined them all for me. Number 2 on Trevor's. Screw you. Did you give Trevor the 2?
I thought he gave it a 3.
No, that seems too good. I wouldn't have been so upset with the 3.
Hang on. I'll go back and find out.
Starship Troopers is on the list, and Starship Troopers should be on a list. Highline wove stories around ideologies very well. And that's particularly what this was. And sci-fi's fun. It's a fun genre. Unfortunately, the difference between sci-fi and horror is
Tremors 2.
Yeah. Horrors can give you sound more upset about your memory than you do my hurt feelings.
No, I didn't think he was going to be that harsh on such a good movie.
Well, he needs to go back and adjust, because he did adjust. I think he would have given Tremors, if he watched it next, a higher rating. Because he realized how harsh he's been. Like, he gave some grade A movies some B's and C's. Do you want to know more? But yeah, Starship Troopers is good. It's good.
That probably needs to be on there more than 12 Monkeys.
But what I was saying was
he was confused. Okay, so he was confused by Total Recall, so he's definitely going to be confused with 12 Monkeys.
Yeah. Well, Total Recall is confusing. What is everybody's interpretation of Total Recall?
The correct interpretation is that it's intentionally left ambiguous, and you decide for yourself.
Nope. It is not left ambiguous. The ending fades to white. Up until the very end of the movie, I was completely confused until instead of fading to black, they faded to white. That is him getting lobotomized. And there's even homage to that in what's that fucking music movie with the bimbos?
Showgirls?
Sucker Punch.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
At the end, she gets lobotomized, and instead of fading to black, fades to white. But he's 100% right. I don't want to be left thinking about a movie.
I agree. If you're going to make a piece of entertainment, pick it, stick to it. You can go either way. I don't care which way you go. Pick it, stick to it, make it unambiguous.
I don't want to have a fight with my entire family about Shane.
That raises the argument that maybe it's not just a piece of entertainment, it's an actual piece of like art, like high art, or it's attempting to be.
It's an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where he spends most of it grunting.
There's a midget and 3 tits in the same scene.
Well, I was thinking more about the remake, but okay. Yeah. It wasn't that campy.
Like a lot of people misunderstood Groundhog's Day.
Most people misunderstood Groundhog's Day.
Yeah. Because they didn't understand how long it actually was for him.
Well, and that's one of the problems with movies generally is that it compresses time a lot. Like
it's not the movie's problem; it's the producer's problem.
Well, yeah.
Harvey Weinstein he's literally famous for walking out of a movie he just watched and telling the director cut 20 minutes from it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's not part of production, he's part of distribution production. And that just means he saves money on, well, everybody at Nice Legs and Sucker Punch. But he saves money on how much film he has to send out. And he utterly destroyed Reindeer Games and other movies. He sat on All the Boys Love Mandy Lane, which is a decent horror movie for what it is. Harvey Weinstein sucked. I don't care what he brought to the table. It would have been brought by other better people, and it would have been a better product. Paycheck is Harvey Weinstein's fault. Reindeer Games, Harvey Weinstein's fault. He was the worst thing to happen to Hollywood since Hollywood.
Oh, you know it'd be a good Keanu Reeves movie that's like the older one?
Most of them.
Speed.
Babes in Toyland included. Yeah, Speed. The John Wicks are great.
Yeah, I'm talking older ones though, like pre-Matrix.
Johnny Mnemonic.
Johnny Mnemonic's fucking great.
I've never seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably doesn't hold up anymore, but it was a great movie at the time.
It didn't hold up at the time, technically. Like Hackers. Hackers, good movie, didn't hold up at the time. Pretty much anything with computers in it doesn't hold up. Fuck. I'm watching episodes of NCIS in real time and they don't hold up. Spike him and put him on the other side of the firewall. What? What is that? Is that a thing? rom-com recommendations.
Oh, I don't have any.
Sleepless in Seattle.
Sleepless in Seattle. I fucking love Notting Hill.
We watched that the other night. I had never seen it before.
Notting Hill?
Yeah.
So good. Hugh Grant fucking with his goggles in the movie theater was so stupid. I like that.
Like I said, Hitch is probably my favorite one, honestly.
Hitch is good. Hitch is really good. Hitch is so good you don't even think of it as a rom-com.
Yeah, that's true. There was a couple. Wait, was there one that Ryan? Oh shit.
Ryan
Deadpool.
Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds. Was there one that he was in?
With Sandra Bullock?
Yes, that one with Betty White. That's another good
With
one.
Betty White, yeah. I can't think of the name of it.
I just know they went to Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
The Proposal. That's what it's called.
Oh yeah. My Best Friend's Wedding. If you can get around the fact of how shitty everybody is with no one pointing out that anybody is shitty, is good.
There's a Cameron Diaz, Jude Law movie about
Something About Mary.
No, it's
Oh yeah. My mom made me watch that movie, and
swapping houses at Christmas.
it's what's that chick from Titanic? She's the other one.
Yeah,
Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet.
Yeah, it has Jack Black is in it, surprisingly, and
Oh yeah, that's true.
I don't hate
forgot
him.
about him.
I don't hate him.
Speaking of Hugh Grant, Love Actually.
Yeah, that's actually a good one. Actually,
And that's actually got a really good cast. Hugh Grant, Bill Nye, the other one, Liam Neeson, Colin Firth, Emma Thompson's in it, Martin Freeman. What's His Nut from The Walking Dead? Alan Rickman's in it. All right.
of all the celebrity deaths, Alan Rickman was the only one that I felt anything over.
God, yes.
Mm-mm.
So now we have to have a fight of Kevin Smith movies, because you're going to say Chasing Amy. And
I think it's
I'm
his.
gonna say Dogma.
I was going to say either one of those two, but I think Chasing Amy is probably his most artistic movie.
Yeah.
And doesn't get the credit it's due.
Well, I don't like to give Kevin Smith credit, period.
Well, see, I do. Because I actually really, really like Clerks. But the reason I really, really like Clerks...
Dude.
Is... Hang on, hear me out.
No, I can't believe you didn't think of this movie, though. Tropic Thunder.
Great movie. Best Tom Cruise movie out there.
You wouldn't put it on your list?
No.
Really? Okay. The Holiday. That's the name of the movie, by the way.
Yeah, The Holiday. That's a really good rom-com. And
What Holiday?
The Holiday.
Who's in The Holiday? I don't know this movie.
That's Cameron Diaz, Jude Law.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of The Ref.
Yeah, no, but yeah, I really like Clerks, but I like Clerks because it was exactly spot on for my age at the time of its release.
I don't like Joey Lauren Adams.
Okay.
That's my problem. That's my problem with Chasing Amy. I also don't like Ben Affleck's little brother. But they make out Amy to be this thing, and she's not a thing for me. And she's prevalent in, well, everyone is prevalent in. He uses the same cast over and over again. He's fucking worse than Tim Burton.
Well, he got smart and got Shannon Elizabeth by the time Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back came around.
Well, you could put movies on like Get Smart or The Pink Panther.
Yeah, but he was
never liked the Pink Panther movies.
No.
I never thought Peter Sellers was all that great. That's why I'm going to have a problem when he does Doctor Strangelove this week. I don't think it's a very good movie.
I don't like it either.
I'm going to have to watch it this week at some point.
Yeah.
I just don't think Peter Sellers is funny. Peter Sellers can be funny, but
So wait, what is Doctor Strangelove about?
nuclear war.
Because that's like my wrap up. Nuclear war. Bridget Wilson is beautiful.
Who?
Bridget Wilson,
Yeah.
Sonya Blades from the original Mortal Kombat,
Oh yeah.
the daughter from Last Action Hero. Yeah. I don't think I've seen Love Stinks though, and I'm not a French Stewart fan. I mean, he was slightly like funny in Third Rock for the Sun, but no, just no.
Oh, I should have put Buckaroo Banzai across the eighth dimension on the list.
Yeah. Well, do you want to
You
give
could
up
have put
Black
Bill and
Dynamite?
Ted's Excellent Adventure.
No. Because I don't think he appreciates cheese for cheese.
I don't know. He really appreciated Big Trouble in Little China, and that's
Not
a
as
very
much as
cheesy
he
movie.
should have. Not as much
Yeah,
as he
yeah,
should have.
yeah. Not as much. Okay, so
I was impressed
some-
because I wasn't expecting him to be as good about it as he was, but that make no mistake, he still sold it short.
what's a movie you liked except for the characters bugged you? Because Matt is a fan of cringe.
Anything
we
with
did-
Helena Bonham Carter in it bugs me.
No, she was excellent in Harry Potter 5, but she wasn't even that bad in what's the one with Demon Barber? It's Helena Bonham Carter and that guy Johnny Depp. If that narrows it down at all. No, Sweeney Todd. She wasn't that bad. She was bad, but she wasn't that bad. She was actually pretty decent. I still hated her character the most out of anybody in Fight Club, but there's just some people I don't like. Susan Sarandon is a perfect example. I do not like Susan Sarandon.
I liked Bull Durham, and I thought she was good in it.
It's mostly women for me, actually, except for Ethan Hawke. Can't stand Ethan Hawke.
I don't like Jesse Eisenberg in anything. Like, I want to like Zombieland, and I can't because he sucks.
I don't like Woody Harrelson particularly. But I love Cowboy Way. Keith Sutherland, Cowboy Way.
Mm-hmm.
Good movie. Can't think of. That's funny. I hate every Hellboy. Just the character, not the character, the actor who played every Hellboy. Hate them the most. The next Hellboy is going to be an older Hellboy, and it's going to be played by Robert De Niro.
Yeah,
and
probably.
I fucking love Ronin. I love that movie. I don't particularly know why.
I was explaining to my buddy at work the other day that I hate Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
I don't.
But Robert De Niro kind of falls into the Lance Henriksen cast of if you're not working, you're not an actor. And he just did too much of that. Like, I love Bulldog and Glory. There's just so many movies that he's in that are good. Cape Fear. Jesse Eisenberg. What's the guy from Scott Pilgrim?
Oh, Michael Cera.
Michael Cera? Him. I don't like him.
I liked him in Arrested Development because that was a unique character and I thought it was funny. The problem is he's never played anything but that fucking character in anything he's ever been in.
Oh. Like, it's hard to enjoy a movie when you dislike the main character.
Like, I'm getting sick of the kid from Stranger Things too. But yet I'm really looking forward to Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah, Sam. The fuck is that coming out, by the way?
Who fucking knows?
At this point, they're just holding it. It's not. It was done.
It was done a year and a half ago.
I mean, it was supposed to go to theaters. It was fully flushed out. I don't care for most of those Canadian guys, the Judd Apatow fuckbags, except
Ryan Reynolds,
Jay Baruchel. No, like the specific Judd Apatow fucking Canadians.
Yeah.
Michael Cera, like Jonah Hill, even though he doesn't count, I still include him.
Right.
That other McLovin, don't care for him. Seth Rogen, fucking hate him. Danny McBride, don't care for him.
I liked him in Tropic Thunder, and that's about as much of him that I can tolerate.
Yeah. There's too much Danny McBride in whatever Danny McBride does.
Right.
But Jay Baruchel I like because he doesn't have range per se, but he is a different character. I liked him in Out of My League. I liked him in The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Ryan Reynolds is that. What's the new movie Ryan Reynolds coming out? I believe it's called Everything. Ryan Reynolds has new movies coming out while he has new movies coming out.
There's just something about him, man. You can't not like the guy.
Yeah. Well, I liked him from the first time. How fucking long ago? Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place. How far?
That's
that
like
when
what,
it was first?
90s?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, how close is that to the beginning of his career? I'm just gonna look him up as Ryan Reynolds. I'm not gonna look him up. That's too long. Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place. Mm-hmm. I was like very upset with him about Deadpool.
Why?
The original character, not
oh, you mean
not Deadpool the movie.
In the mutant movie?
Yeah. Like, how could you let that happen? You were so good, Wade.
Well, between that and Green Lantern.
I actually didn't have a problem with Green Lantern. I had more of a problem with the bad guy than I did him. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 19 projects before Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place. He was on a show called 15. Ordinary Magic was a movie. One episode of The Marshal, which was Jeff Fahey's thing. An episode of Lonesome Dawn. An episode of X-Files, which I do not remember. He was Seth in the Sabrina the Teenage Witch movie. One episode of the Sean Larroquette Show, which I do not remember the show, but I definitely would have watched it. Coming soon, he was in Dick, Boltneck, We All Fall Down, then Two Guys, a Girl, and Pizza Place. Jeez. That had 3 seasons. I don't even remember that. And then just a year after Two Guys, a Girl, and Pizza Place, Van Wilder. And 2 years after that, Blade Trinity. Good Lord. Waiting, Just Friends, Smoking Aces. Smoking Aces is a good fucking grungy, a gritty shoot 'em up. Wolverine's Origin was the movie. He was unaccredited as Jared and Ted. I don't remember that. R.I.P.D. was awful.
You know what? It was, but I still enjoy it.
Yeah. A Million Ways to Die in the West was awful, but he was the man killed by Clinch in a bar. That's fucking great. He was in the Deadpool trailer in 2015. He was in How Deadpool Spent Halloween in 2015. 12 Days of Deadpool in 2015. Deadpool Experience Me in IMAX 2015. Deadpool in the Pool Log 2015. Deadpool Empire Magazine infomercial 2015. And then in Deadpool 2016. He did a lot of lead up. And then afterwards,
he's just
Australian Day message from Deadpool. Gentlemen, touch yourself tonight. Ladies, touch yourself tonight. Deadpool Happy Year of the Monkey. Deadpool 1 Minute Manchester United Dream. Our awkward interview with Deadpool. Why Deadpool won't be hosting SNL. Need a hand, try Deadpool. Jesus fuck.
I think he really likes Deadpool.
Deadpool No Good Deed.
you have to understand. He doesn't just love Deadpool. He is Deadpool.
Literally.
Literally. I mean, he, for whatever reason, he read the comic book and absorbed it and became Deadpool.
Yeah.
And even, no matter what he's doing, he's Deadpool. In this new movie, he's still Deadpool.
Deadpool Brazilian Comic Con tattoos. Deadpool Meet Cable. A very special message from Deadpool. Hugh Jackman's birthday message. Deadpool. Deadpool 2, where he played Wade Wilson, Deadpool, and Juggernaut. Celine Dion Ashes.
Yeah, that was really good. I don't know if you like Celine Dion music-wise, but goddamn, that music video is just funny as fuck because of him. And it's real good because it's Celine Dion.
Deadpool 2 with apologies to David Beckham, which was pretty funny how he's like Deadpool 2, David Beckham is a terrible actor, by the way. Deadpool takes over Manchester United. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, 1 episode, Wade Wilson Deadpool. Deadpool 2, The First 10 Years. Another awkward interview with Deadpool, 2018. Honest Trailers, 3 episodes as Deadpool.
I only know of the one. What else did he do?
It says 3 episodes from 2016 to 2018, and he plays Deadpool.
I have to see which ones he was on.
He was in a Taylor Swift video as somebody named Norman Rockwell. I didn't actually see Deadpool 2 on this list. Deadpool's Maximum Reaction, Korg, and Deadpool 2021.
Yeah, that's the he got Wahidi Tahiti, whatever that guy's name is.
Yeah,
they played
Korg.
they played Korg. He played Korg, and they did like a review of something. Like, I think it was a trailer for.
Yeah, it was the trailer for Free Guy.
I didn't actually see Deadpool on here. I mean, I didn't actually see Deadpool 2 on here.
I'm pretty sure you said it at least 5 times.
Yeah, I did, but
The movie itself.
yeah, I'm not seeing it. Criminal, Need a Hand, Deadpool No Good Deed. Yeah, I'm not seeing Deadpool 2. Here's Meet Cable, Hugh Jackman's birthday. Oh, here it is. All right, so 2018. So he did a couple Deadpool, 2 Deadpools. Okay.
You guys know who Graham Norton is?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care for
him. Yeah, he's the TV host. He does like David Letterman, but British.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's an episode. Well, there's a couple episodes where Ryan Reynolds is on the Graham Norton show, and one of them it's got Ryan Reynolds and the gal who's in this New Guy movie, who stars in this New Guy movie with him, and Will Smith is there, and Graham Norton's asking Ryan Reynolds some questions, and Will Smith is trying to upstage Ryan Reynolds the entire episode. It's hilarious because he does not succeed, and you can tell that Will Smith does not like to not be the most congenial guy in the room. Like, he's off-put that Ryan Reynolds, no matter what he throws at him, is always the better man in every interaction on that show.
That's disappointing. But you know how I knew he was Ryan Reynolds and not Deadpool in that Graham Norton show? Because it would have said in the fucking 94 credits I just read of Deadpool. White House to recommend COVID vax booster shots. Just now.
What?
Yeah.
White House to recommend COVID vax
well,
booster shots.
he's trying to deflect any attention away from the Afghanistan bullshit, so fuck him. Who gives a shit? Asterix, goddamn president.
We're now at midnight.
Yeah, look at that. We are.
Hope we settled your thing.
Your list. That's so good as few spots to fill, but it definitely gave me some ideas tonight.
We gave you gold. Gold, Jerry.
In the end, I'll probably just refer to the list we originally made for Blonde. So it's got pretty much everything.
Yep. Alrighty. Let's. You guys ready to get out of here?
I suppose so. We got anything else to cover?
Do not.
I doubt it.
We need to get Neo back at some point.
I was going to offer, but he was expecting to be going live with updates on.
Oh no! Today is not a good day for that.
Kabul.
I'm just saying, at some point we need to get Neo back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I'll throw him a message. Well, I mean, it is your YouTube.
Yeah, but it's your show.
All right.
I'm just the producer. I just push fucking buttons.
Yeah, well, Garrick, if you want to be the booker.
You know, I can just fuck off. It's all good.
Yeah, okay. All right. Bringing so much extra to the table. All right, yeah, we're good then. We'll take off. I'll set up the link.
All right. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Go home. Or
you don't have to stay here, but you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
I miss Tracy Ullman. Anyway, bye, everybody.
Well, I believe in good vibrations is what creates a beautiful nation.